Spring training is officially on. Champions League enters the knockout stage. The Canadian women's hockey team failed to win at the Olympics, but there could be a gold lining to the tournament in the men's gold medal game tomorrow. Canada versus USA to win it all. Let's do it. Hello, and welcome back to The House That Happens, sponsored by Shoey's Bar and Grill, the only place to be in suburban Etobicoke. Voted 4 times the best dive bar in the GTA. Number 1 in our hearts, the Phoenix rising from the ashes. Give us a like, give us a comment, and please subscribe. It really helps us out with the algorithm. Hi, I'm Andrew Milani.
Hi, my name is Cruz. Are you Olympic out yet?
No.
Okay, that's good.
Got the big one ready to go tomorrow.
Exactly. Like I think I told you at the production meeting, it's kind of grown on me a bit. Watching it, I guess you know what it is because you think of the more I'm grasping the human element of it.
Of course.
You know what I mean? What's going on? Because I had this stupid thought where I can't wait to. You ever see that competition where they jump with skidoos?
Yeah.
I thought that'd be great in the Olympics. Oh wait, it's humans moving, not machines moving. You can't bring machines to the Olympics or
Maybe
whatever.
one day.
No. What in any sport? No, this is like.
I mean, they've already added a bunch of X Games stuff into.
Yeah, but that's still gravity. Whatever. There's no machinery. There's nothing.
There's equipment that they use, like for
that's just equipment. But if you had to use skidoos,
okay,
you
it's
have
a
to go
motorized
brum, brum,
equipment.
No motorized equipment in the Olympics because that gets away from jumping, running, flying. What's the grease thing?
I don't know. We talked about in the summer games, like maybe they'll have like race car driving. So.
No. I thought about it last night. In the Olympics, you cannot have anything that's motorized. It's got to be strictly an element or a discipline that a human can do with a piece of wood, metal, or glass. Okay. How's that put it?
Sure.
Does that cover everything? Cloth. You know, I guess you could use it too. That's the only thing you can use. That's the spirit of the Olympics. The human, can we do it? Right?
I guess.
So I was thinking about it last night because
they used to have horse stuff in the Olympics. Oh, they have equestrian though.
What?
They have equestrian in the Olympics though.
That's because they got an animal. They're still animals. I never heard a horse going brum 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 brum. Okay, no. I heard him go.
Same thing.
No. It's still a human with their animal. Now, if they want to have
okay, now you're stretching the definition of what you were putting out before.
Nothing mechanical. Nothing. You cannot bring anything. A human cannot try to win a medal with anything that operates with combustion, natural gas, electricity.
Horses are okay.
Horses are cool.
Okay, I can't wrap my head around that.
And I can't wait till they start competing with dogs. Okay, I don't
dog
know what
sledding.
They're gonna do.
I can get behind that for the Olympics.
That's what I'm saying. We got some dog sledding, and that would be the extent of which it is. And at this point, speaking about the glory of the game, Canada just pulled off
the bronze medal in women's curling,
which we will talk about when we get down the road. This is kind of cool. Yeah.
How's your week though?
Week's been pretty damn good. I've spent a lot of time just browsing the Olympics and a whole bunch of other sports. I'm just saying that what you have to realize, it's everybody out there walking. I walk my dog a lot. Everyone knows it. How much dirty my dog gets. How much towels I got to go through to keep him clean. But the amazing thing about living in North Etobicoke in February is, people, did you examine the weather over a 3-day period this week?
Less said about that, the better.
Okay, well, that's what I'm saying. So I'm not, the point in bringing it up is, everybody, let's get over the malaise of doing it. To date is now the 21st of February. Do you know 1 month now? You know what it is? Spring!
Oh.
Spring! 1 month away, so we're good. If you lasted this
Canadian
long,
spring
we're good.
Canadian spring starts in May. But.
Okay, well, I'm closer to June lately, but that's another story. But in any event, yeah, because you know what? I actually went outside with a lighter coat and just a toque on because it's a little breezy. Even with my hair, sometimes I got to put a toque on because it's cold. And I'll tell you this, if you don't know it and you're a walker, people, well, how cold it is, you don't walk enough. I was talking to about 3 people walking the dog. No matter what it says, wind chill, whatever, when you walk 2 blocks, your face will tell you how cold it is.
Yes, it will.
Real quick.
Well, lately the problem has been just how icy the sidewalks have been.
Oh, no, you know what it is? If you're walking at that in-between, it's not quite freezing time, but some parts are frozen, depend on if it's where it is, like some topography or some shit.
And don't quite have all the grip underneath your feet.
No. And I always make jokes now because of the weather. It's like this. As an old man, I got to dress like a young kid some days to walk my dog. You know, put on the boots. Where's the scarf?
I mean, you should be doing that anyways.
Yeah, but Where's my gloves? Oh, yeah, Stanley took them out to the backyard. I better get the other pair, right? In
You
any
find a
event,
new hiding spot.
yes, it's been a good week, and I was talking to a couple of people that I see on a regular basis that are out there, and it's really cool because we all make jokes. We've been living this life our whole life, and we didn't like it, we wouldn't be here. So it's just it's the same thing every year. We're getting late into winter. We've had a little bit more snow than usual. We've had, like, look at the one day this week. It was so sunny and it was so nice. I thought it was in Florida for a day. And then the very next day was probably one of the 5 most miserable days of the winter. Because I'd rather it just snow. I don't want that in-between, slushy, cold. I only walk my dog. First time, I would say, this year for sure, he didn't get 2 complete walks. Second time I went out, I said, no, I'm not doing this again. I can't.
So that's a preview of our weather podcast we have coming out.
Yes,
next
it
week.
is. Yes, it is. But my point being is I'm trying to be positive. Everybody knows in a month from now, it's over. Correct?
Hopefully.
I don't be wearing boots.
I hate boots too.
Oh, me too. Just can't stand them. But if you don't have them on, you're going to be on your ass. Your feet going to be wet.
Ready for shoutouts?
Yes, I am. What do you got?
R.I.P. to actor Robert Duvall, passed away this week at age 95. Famous for playing Boo Radley in To Kill a Mockingbird. Was in The Godfather, Apocalypse Now. One of the all-time greats.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Yeah.
Napalm in the morning. Big loss, but he lived a long life. I can't think of how many great movies or great roles that guy's been in. I will still say of all of his roles, Apocalypse Now was off the charts, but as the what is that? He wasn't a
He was the adopted son.
Adopted son, one of the greatest characters that he played. The way he played that character, that you know how you knew like the family mind a lawyer, so to speak. It was pretty cool. But God bless him and his family. He's 91, eh?
95.
95. God bless Robert Duvall. But the Boo Radley. Oh, and you know what? He made 2 appearances on The Twilight Zone.
Oh, really?
And it was 2 appearances on The Twilight Zone. So, yeah. God bless Robert Duvall.
Shout out to our girl Victoria Mboko. She unfortunately lost in the Qatar Open final in straight sets, 6-4, 7-5 to Karolina Muchova.
I know. I thought she was going to win.
I thought so too.
I was going, come on. Maybe she just got too excited. I don't know. But anyways, off to a great start. You know what? Canadians, keep a close eye on our tennis girl. She's going to be good this year.
I haven't seen the WTA rankings yet, but she should be top
10. Yeah. It should be coming out in the top 10 and she's going to go. Speaking of older people, I want to shout out to this in this way, and I don't mean to be backhanded, and I don't know what your take on it because I bitched about this for a long time. But finally this week, Don Cherry has been brought up for the Order of Canada.
Oh, has he?
At 92 years old. Don, don't show up for the ceremony.
Oh, my God. He's not that guy.
I know he's not. But how many times have I said, well, Don Cherry, love him or leave him? The one thing I've always said, and the guy's never even, who all the people got Order of Canada? Are they going to wait till he dies and give it to him? Remember, I was always saying that kind of nonsense? Well, anyway, finally this year, Don Cherry, no matter what you think of him, a great Canadian, is finally is up for the Order of Canada, which is something I think he should have been 20 years ago.
So is he nominated or is he getting it?
Yeah, I think it's like pretty well. He's going to be, they're going to announce that he's going to be one of the recipients of the Order of Canada at 92 years old. Who we just said to his birthday a week or 2 ago. Yeah. So
congratulations, Don.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Also like to shout out the Edmonton Oilers for the ultimate news dump, announcing that Paul Coffey will be back behind the Oilers bench when NHL play resumes.
Gee, that's a shocker, isn't it? You know what I mean? Did that come out of nowhere?
No.
I don't know. Maybe Coffey only wanted to do half a season.
I don't think so.
They could use him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could use him. They know that. Anyway, always good to see Paul Coffey back.
That's all I got.
Okay, first of all, I better shout out to a couple of guys that watch our shows who not only watch our shows, their wives are both named Sarah. And to the Sarahs, I wanted to know how you could, because by the time they listen to this, the parties will be over, because you're not getting this on until later today, right?
Yeah, in the afternoon.
In the afternoon. So then I can say this now. 2 surprise parties at the same time, bro. One for Pick and one for Paul. Both 40th birthdays, Paul Semenuk and Kevin Pick. And that's a great thing. Girls, what are you thinking? What were you thinking? And everybody knows everybody. The parties are 5 minutes apart. I hope everybody gets together at the same time. We all could have a drink because it's a great day for some great kids. And I'm looking forward to seeing some good people.
Happy birthday, boys.
Most importantly of all, I would like to shout out a huge birthday to a personal family friend of ours, by a man by the name of Glory Toe. He is turning 75 next week. We've all done video tributes to him. He's the guy, and you have one in your family. He was a student of my dad's when I was a kid. He basically became part of the family. He's like my big brother, the big brother I never had. Great guy, became a social worker himself, runs the whole thing down near London with his great wife, Jan, and his couple, 3 children who, Tamika, that was great that you got us all together to do the video chats. But I want to do a very sincere, and hopefully we're going to get together with my brothers and sisters, and we're going to go down to Paris so we can also cheer Glory Toe's 75th birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yes, great man. And I just want to shout out one more thing because we don't take enough time to indulge in this sport, and it's been pretty good in the last couple weeks, but somehow, someway, Scotty Scheffler made the cut yesterday at the Genesis. Did you watch it at all?
No.
Scotty's the best in the world, okay? But golf is a game that sometimes it's not your day.
Right.
Okay, this guy was all over the yard. The cut was even. He was +2 with 3 holes left. Guess what? Made the cut.
Good for him.
Just because that level of golfing, even though he's number 1 in the world, it's interesting because what they were saying is it's always talking about the cut streak. I was saying I think that's the greatest thing in golf. He now has, I forget how many it is. It's close to 70 or 80. But to get to Tiger, he's got about 100 to go or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But anyway, Scotty Scheffler, congratulations for making the cut. It was very high drama at the end of the tournament.
Any other shout-outs?
Should we talk about the situation? We'll wait till the basketball comes around, and then we'll give a little side product to the college kids, right?
We could actually, you know what? Bring it up now.
Can I bring it up now?
Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to say this. There's been an argument this year, and you've heard it too, about when you're watching basketball, what do you start to pay more attention to? Well, I've always been a college basketball guy. I just want to shout out too. If you want to watch any great thing about college basketball, somehow the stars have aligned. All the bins are in order for a great day today in college basketball. Just go look at the slate. Go see your Pro-Line dealers. Get on one of those betting sites. Good money to be made. But it's just starting off alone with number 2 playing number 4 Arizona and number 3 playing number 1 Duke. Number 3 playing number 1 Michigan. That's just 2 of the games, and then there's 4 other top 20 matchups, and then there's 3 games that's going to decide conferences, like, you know what I mean, in the Horizon League,
right?
Like those lowers league. There's even 3 games there. So shout out to college basketball for having an absolutely stellar day on the court.
Shout out to Ohio State, Cruz's favorite team.
For what? For what? Ohio State. You know what? You know what I like about Ohio State? It looks like you're the first 4 out.
Okay.
Yeah, let's bring up Ohio State. Where's Michigan? Number 1. Ohio State, first 4 out. But I think they're going to, by the time the tournament's over in their schedule,
they'll make it in.
You know how they show, top 64, first 4 out, first 4 in. They're the first 4 out. Out. And you know what? Out, that's the things that start with O. Ohio and out. I like that.
Okay.
I like that. And let's go to our first segment. What also starts with O?
The Olympics.
Olympics. Damn. How much fun have we had this week?
Oh, it's been a lot of fun. First of all, we got to shout out all of our Canadian athletes that have won medals this week. So, Laurent Dubreuil won bronze in the men's 500-meter speed skating. Our first gold came on Sunday in the men's dual moguls with Michael Kingsbury, and he added to his silver, of course. Courtney Saru won her second medal, this time upgrading to silver in the 1,000-meter short track on Monday. Megan Oldham won her second medal, a gold in women's big air.
Yes.
On Tuesday, Canada captured another gold in women's team pursuit.
Crazy-ass race. We should point out that was a fun race. Yep.
Ivany Blondin, Valerie Maltese, and Isabel Weideman, the winners there. And she's a beast, 6'2".
Was that?
The speed skater.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, 6 years. Yeah, just see her. She looks dominant. Yeah. She looks a little linebackerish, really.
Oh, come on. That's mean.
No, in a good way.
Okay.
In a good way. See the power? Come on.
Stephen Dubois won gold in the 500-meter short track on Wednesday. Yep. Courtney Saru captured her 4th medal of the games.
Congratulations.
Bronze in the women's 3,000-meter short track relay with Dene Blais, Florence Brunel, Kim Botin, and Ricky Doak. On Friday, Brendan McKay wins bronze in the skiing halfpipe.
That was a crazy the last run. He was the last run.
Yeah.
And nailed it. It was pretty cool.
That was a great run. Valerie Malte wins bronze in the 1,500 meter long track, her third medal of the games.
Her third, yes.
And of course, the women's curling team captured, led by Rachel Homan, captured the bronze medal today against Team USA.
Congratulations.
We're gonna have another couple medals tomorrow, or one today with the men's curling team. They're playing Great Britain at 1:00, and then of course the men's gold medal game for hockey tomorrow. We'll get to that a little bit later. Also got to shout out Norway, breaking their own record for most gold medals in the Winter Olympics with their 17th yesterday. And also got to shout out to King Klæbo, Johannes Hosflot Klæbo, the cross-country skier, winning his 6th gold medal. That's an Olympic record for the Winter Games.
Exactly. I'm glad, I got his name down here too, but I said, you'll just pronounce his name. One thing about the house that happens, we let Mililani pronounce the names, but we had to shout that guy out. What a career. You know how to explain this guy? This is what happens in the Olympics and we forget about it, okay? We're going to bring up somebody like, let's say another country doesn't know, like say a swimmer that we have or something, or Steve Podborski, what he did back in the day. In Norway, this guy's like a Gretzky figure or a Jordan figure. But when you're in Norway, like where this guy's on the pantheon of athletes in Norway is incredible. But I'm only putting it in this perspective. He's now on a pantheon of everybody in the history of the Olympics, man.
Yeah.
These Eric Heiden guys or whatever. Congratulations. 6 gold, right?
6 golds.
Wow,
6.
This guy's unbelievable. And in the stuff that he's got to do and to train for that discipline alone, Norway, you should be glad you have 10 months of snow. Anyways, congratulations to him and to the country.
Absolutely.
Because that's continuing to be there. Like, I must be just amazing when you're in Norway and you're at school. And because sometimes I say, when you're a kid, how do you find your way to some of these disciplines? That's what I always say, how you find your way. It doesn't matter. You're now here and you're doing your thing and you're entertaining us. That's just amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it's just basically like, I don't know. You got to but really that's what the best thing about the Olympics are, kind of puts a spotlight on these games, and then Mom, Dad, put me in speed skating or whatever.
Yeah, that's exactly that's what you always hope is that's what they say, eh? Because this is how would you put it? I put someone saying this is a giant advertising to get kids to put down their controllers.
Yeah.
And I went, wow, I never looked at it like that, but yeah, that's cool, because then when I was a kid, what was it for me? We didn't even have controllers. But yeah, it's been highly entertaining. And for all these people that won medals on there, I'm really happy for our Canadian Olympic team, because people got to understand this. We had a horrendous start. You know what I mean? I think it was after day 3.
For curling, women's curling.
For curling, yeah,
right?
women's curling, yeah, sorry. But in any event, they had to run the table just to get into
the semifinals.
Just to get into the semifinals, and they did. And I think they had just a letdown. I guess you would, after having to, every time you had to win. There was no way, you just had to win. And then when they got there, they probably had a bit of a letdown. But you're right, it's their first career Olympic medal.
Yeah, so I should mention too, Rachel Homan, Tracy Fleury, Emma Miskew, Sarah Wilkes, and Rachel Brown are the 5 players.
Hard fought, hard won. Makes me proud I'm Canadian. Thank God, girls, you got the bronze medal. Come back again. I think she's got a chance for one more shot if she wins Briar next time. She's young enough, I think.
Well, it's 4 more years, so we'll see.
Yeah, because they're all hanging around for a while. You know what I mean? But the crazy thing about it is you got to win in our country to start.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's no mean feat.
No.
Just getting out of our country alone. So congratulations to the curlers. Someone said, and look at that, she's got her son with him. Isn't that cool? Someone said, was it Kornheiser this week said, how come when we were younger watching the Olympics, we're looking around, where's the curlers? And now you turn on the TV and all the time you look at the Olympics, the curlers are on everywhere.
I don't know. I can't speak for that. Curling's always been on a lot in this country ever since I can
That's
remember.
why I think it caught me off guard. I think it's from an American perspective that it's coming up, but I also think it's this. There's just so many platforms that are showing the Olympics, and you want to stay live. The way the curling Bonnespiels goes, they're consistently playing, so they can be on live all the time. I just think it's a practical application. I thought it was kind of funny, too, to hear it saying like that, because I've seen curling on TV since as long as I can remember. Yeah. I came out of the womb while seeing curling, and I was born in Nova Scotia.
Sure.
So you know what I mean? So congratulations to our curlers, and I'm cheering hard for our men's tomorrow. Is it no, it's today.
Today, 1:00 versus Great Britain.
Good. Congratulations. Let's go, Canada.
So you want to talk about the quality of the games?
Okay, I'm thinking now, like when we were talking about it there, I think the quality of the games has been quite high.
In terms of the competition?
In terms of the competition.
Well, it's the Olympics, of course.
But I mean the standards are there in this respect, okay? How many times are records going to get broken?
It happens a few times during the Olympics.
Okay, so this isn't an Olympics where you've seen 10 million world record performances. However, what you've seen is everybody got up to those standards. You know what I mean? There was a lot more people maintaining those standards, like, and it's tenth of seconds in some things.
Sure.
And sometimes it could be like a judge that gives you, which is always skeptical in this game.
Right.
But my point being is, even if you didn't break world records at all the time, when you see the scores came up and then you'd see the Olympic records, everybody was a hair away from it consistently in all the disciplines, which told me that the quality of the games is higher than usual to have across all disciplines. The level in which they competed with to get that close, I thought was really amazing. It's like, for example, like one of the guys that did one of the speed skating things, he missed the world record by what? 0.2 of a second? What's 0.2 of a second, bro?
Depending, could be a lot.
It's obviously it is, because and the guy was flying, but that's what I'm saying though. To maintain the quality of competition at this level in the Olympics all the time is just how would you put it? You got to give shout out to these people, because we don't see them for 4 years, and all of a sudden they're here to entertain us. And I want to put it in a this way too, in the quality of the games. How do you get there? One of the reasons that you're able to get there is money.
Sure.
Sponsorships, blah, blah, blah. I mentioned it last week. Since I mentioned it last week on the show, how many Canadian athletes have you seen on TV in commercials?
Well, all over the games, it's been these commercials we've been seeing.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Do they not have enough of a budget? Can we start showing them back in January? Just so we'll recognize them. Oh, yeah, that's the girl that just was on this. Oh, yeah, that's the girl that was just on that. I want to know them like the Americans. Some of them we knew. Like especially if you're watching.
Well, I mean, there's some that like break through. Like you think of DeGrasse, the track runner. Like he's.
Oh yeah.
You'll see him in commercials year round, and
only because of this level. But I'm just saying. I'm going back to my thing, and I talked to a few musician friends of mine who thought I was crazy, but a good idea. I said, let's go sponsor our own. Find a way to sponsor our own athlete, so to speak. I'm just saying that sometimes I really like the fact that the quality of the entertainment I've been watching is very high. And they always say there's Olympic standards and there's world records and all that stuff. I'm saying it's great to see everybody's been hovering around it in every discipline, which makes me believe that the quality of the games has been quite high. Plus, let's give a huge shout out to your brethren, Italy.
So here's the thing. It's made for a TV event. Yeah, on TV, it looks great. From what I've been hearing behind the scenes, it's everything you don't see has been kind of a disaster.
Okay.
Unfinished paint jobs, wires hanging.
Oh, I've heard it all.
The hockey guys were saying that there's a room with just like a bunch of kitchen equipment that's just sitting around.
And they don't know what they're doing with it yet. Yeah, okay.
Like, it looked like that maybe there's going to be like that an idea like, oh, maybe we'll put a pizza oven here, but then that never materialized. And
I heard there's one section of one of these arenas where they're going down there. What's that going to be? Oh, that's going to be the lounge and the washrooms. It's going to be.
Yeah.
And then there's some portable stuff. Your number one thing is, remember, people, what did you say? This is a what? Made for TV. And what will add on, hopefully attracting enough people to get involved that they put down their controllers. Okay.
Sure.
With that being said, would be there another thing I wanted to talk about. And once again, if I may preface our good guy, Mr. TK. Sometimes we watch this stuff, and you know it because you're even into it more than me, but it was just the last few things, and I said it before the show started. Let's put this into perspective, people. Last night I'm sitting here and it said, men's freestyle skiers, aerial competition. Can you explain to our audience what the aerial competition really is?
You're jumping off stuff, doing tricks.
With a lot of gravity involved.
Yeah, well, off a ramp,
and off a ramp.
Yeah.
And you're very high in the air. And shit could happen. Okay, so let's put those guys into perspective. Let's put those guys that race down the hill and jump, and they do their crazy ass shit. Next, let's talk about the guys.
That's why I love the Winter Olympics, is people doing crazy shit really fast.
Oh, what about the half pipe boys and the snowboarders? Okay, now one we didn't talk about in the production meeting, who's got to be the craziest guys ever. What about those skeleton luge dudes? Like, You got to realize these guys are risking limb and lung in order to entertain us, and they're doing it in the most amazing fashion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and we were also discussing this, which is kind of a sad thing is, and I'm more empathetic for, what was the American skier that wiped out? Remember last week I was a little blasé about, wiped out 4 years later. You start digging.
Well, it was more the figure skater you were like.
Yeah, that's the guy. Okay. I wasn't making fun of him. I was just saying, oh, well, shit happens. But you got to take it back a bit in this perspective. I think it was just because he was shoved down our throats a bit. But let's put in perspective all the people that don't have the profile that he has. They're still going for 4 years, and they're flying through the air, and they don't peg a ski, or they slip. And let's just talk about the skaters when they got wiped out.
What about it?
Then remember we were talking about the skater from China.
Oh yeah.
You know, well, we should explain this a little bit better. I think it was the 1,000-meter speed race. I think it was 1,000-meter. Anyway, the two, one was an American, I think one was from Norway. Anyway, they were the consensus winners of this race. They were winning the race. They were coming around, what was it, the second lap curve? And one of the other girls went to make a move inside. Her skate came out underneath her, and some people said that's a condition of the ice, but I don't know. I'm not skating.
Right.
Because I'm suspect about the hockey ice at sometimes.
Apparently the hockey ice has been getting better as the tournament.
Every game's going on, because you've seen a couple funky things going on early in the thing. Didn't you see some pucks do some shit, and you went, oh, wait, that's ice? Or a guy would suddenly be skating, and he's in the air falling down. You go, oh, yeah, that's ice. But in any event, what happened was... the two, like if you go, like we don't, every year we're not watching like the finals in biathlon, the world championships. We're not watching, we're just watching the Olympics, correct?
No.
Oh, boo. That's what I'm talking about, see?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. And that just takes you out of it. We just seen a Canadian have a little bit of a fall. But the bottom line is, there's a girl from China. She ended up winning the 1,000-meter, I think ski it was. We'll verify it later. But the two at the front, because one of the girls slipped and it took out 4 skaters. They all wiped out. They were flying in there. I'm glad they got nice padding.
Yeah.
They got nice padding.
I hope so.
Remember, see the old Olympics? They went flying into boards and shit, man. It was crazy. But, well, it's modern times. What is this girl going to do when she comes home and she's got the gold medal around her neck smiling? Got to give her credit, too. She trained 4 years in her discipline at the best she possibly could to compete at this level. There is no way in the world that she could figure, hey, man, everyone's going to wipe out in front of me and I'm going to slide across the line to get a gold medal. That's not a plan.
Is she another athlete that's like really American that's getting paid to compete with China?
Oh, okay. I'm just saying I shouldn't even be laughing because it was, you've seen it. I think I was watching it live in real time. And when it went down, you went, whoa. Oh, gee, that's a drag. But what really got me is because they got a real close-up picture. The cameraman was great because that's where you catch the drama, where they caught the exact expression. It's going to probably be a meme somewhere of the Oriental girl crossing the line.
You shouldn't say Oriental.
Asian?
Yeah.
Chinese. I think she's Chinese.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But I'm pretty sure she's Chinese, but she could have been, I'm pretty sure she was Chinese. We'll look it up for next week to validate it. But the look on her face was like, wow. Wow, like it was, I won, but, you know, her face said that, I won, but. And I thought, okay, you won, you got there. I just exceedingly felt bad for the people that wiped out. But I'm like, how do you take it away from the person that now just won?
No, you can't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that's one of the great wins, or what is the agony of defeat? Because you never got to experience that on Wide World of Sports every week, did you?
No.
You remember that? You never seen that? The thrill of victory and the agony of defeat? And they show the guy wiping out in the Olympics coming down the ski road?
No.
YouTube, you never, we grew up on that. That was the expression. I think it was McKay. What's his name? The world famous broadcaster? Al McKay?
Either way.
But yeah, the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat.
Anything else you want to get to before we get to hockey?
The only other thing there's one other thing. Let me just see my little bag of tricks here. Oh yeah, we're going to get to hockey now. Okay. I just had a funny note there, but yeah, okay. Anyways, I hope everybody's been enjoying the Olympics as much as we have. I think you've been even enjoying it more than I have. The bottom line is, it's been fun. Over in a couple days. Quick as got
over here. Tomorrow.
Done.
So for women's hockey, Canada beat Germany 5-1 in the quarterfinal. Poulin scores the final goal in her return ties Wickenheiser's Olympic record with their 18th. Next up, they played Switzerland in the semis. Canada won 2-1. Poulin scored both goals. Her first was the 90s, so breaking Wickenheiser's record. So most by a woman in the Olympics all time. In her 26th game, which is how many for Wickenheiser to do it as well, which is pretty cool.
Wow. I did not know that. I've seen the record, but they played the same amount of games now?
Yeah, I think Poulin's played one more now since the final came out.
But basically the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is her last Olympics, right?
I think it's going to be. She's 34, I believe.
Yeah.
But of course, in the final, Canada lost the heartbreaker 2-1 in overtime. Kristen O'Neill scored the opener 54 seconds into the second period. I thought Canada did a good job feeding the pucks up the ice, like kind of playing a counter-attack style game. They were pretty aggressive the whole way through, putting on a lot of pressure, and they held out until Hillary Knight scored the tying marker with 2:04 left in the third. Megan Keller scores the winner, 4:07 into overtime. USA wins their 8th straight game against Canada and their second goal to the last 3 Olympics. Gotta say, I'm a little bit worried about Canada's future.
I'm going to say this, though. I'm really proud of the girls because we should give a little...
Agreed.
We should put it in this perspective. Yes, we've lost 8 in a row, so we better get our shit together here. But the fact is, when we played the preliminary rounds, we didn't have... one player shouldn't make that much of a difference, but obviously it did. But remember in the preliminary rounds, what was the score of the game?
Was it 5-1? 5-0?
Yeah, so we got our ass kicked. So what happened going into the game... did you see Vegas? Did you see the line? The Americans were favored by what? I forget what it was. It was an insane, whatever the case may be. So it was expected that the Americans were just, it was, what was it? We're just going to show up to get the medal kind of deal. We're showing up to collect our gold. I was so proud of the Canadian girls that they had the forecheck. They stayed in on it. Our goalie was outrageous. You know what I mean? And the interesting thing was this, and I tried to explain it to my good wife, Gail. She says, oh my God, look at this game. This is amazing, because we happened to be watching it together at the time. And I said to her, I wish that somehow we could keep this level of female hockey in the sights of everybody at all times, which is almost impossible to do because the quality of hockey was excellent.
Yeah, it really was.
It was excellent. I'm proud to our girls for showing up and making it that way.
Yeah, but once the Americans, like once Hillary Knight, and in her final Olympic game too, once she scored that tying goal, I kind of knew it was over.
Okay, so what ends up happening is, okay, as Canadians, you got to give it a little and you got to take a little. Okay, by the end of the game, who was looking like the better team?
Oh, the States.
Okay, the ice seemed to be, by the last 10 minutes of that game, the ice was tilted in what direction?
Yes and no.
We kept the forecheck on.
Yeah.
We did keep the forecheck on as much as we could, but you try not to play defensively, but you're playing defensively. You know what I mean?
They countered well, though. Just they couldn't put away another goal. That was the issue.
No, they couldn't finish it. And let's just put it out this way. The goal that tied the game was a very good goal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't no garbage.
No shot, tipped high.
Yeah, exactly. It was a good goal. So we got to give them credit. I'm just proud that they showed up like that. Like, I'm glad it's not the gold medal game when we lost 5-1.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, I mean, losing is losing. Okay, you lose. You just got to get one more. But the fact that we showed up in this matter and almost pulled it out, I'm so proud of the women's hockey team.
I'm proud, too. I mean, they should hold their heads up high once they get back here. But age... Clearly an issue. Natalie Spooner, 35. Jocelyn Larocque, 37. Marie-Philippe Poulin, 34. Probably just played in their last Olympics. Poulin's played in 5. Spooner and Larocque have played in 4. So
that's enough.
Yeah.
That's 16 years. Okay.
20 for Poulin.
20, whatever the case may be. Yeah, she's been playing since she was like 17, though, right?
Yeah, because she was on the Vancouver team.
Yeah, okay. So let's put it this way. We talked about this. I like sometimes the old boys or the old girls club, whatever you want to call it here in Canada, because you have success. But I think the difference is Americans is they've learned to ingratiate younger players quicker and faster, and that's the part that scares you, right?
Yeah, because they have a few stars in college, like tearing it up with like Minnesota and I forgot the other team, but yeah.
I heard though, and I think I was telling you this on one of the shows, not what show was it? From one of the networks. It might have been on NHL Network, but anyway, what had brought it up is that they were saying there's 3 or 4 Canadians in the PWHL that were probably ready to play in the Olympics, but they lead it on the side of the veterans.
Yeah, I've heard people criticize the Canadians too for not going younger.
Yeah,
I'm not quite sure who
that was a complaint, but I don't
know
how good those players are. And they said, let's go with what you know. You know the game.
Yeah,
and it's good enough to get you there, but maybe not over the hump.
Yeah, because the only real like young blood on the team was like Sarah Fillier. I want to say.
Yeah,
that was really it. Everyone else had basically played in the Olympics before.
We had 2 that was their first Olympics, right?
I think you're right.
Where on the Americans, I think there was 5
Yeah,
that was their
yeah.
first Olympics. That alone, and some of those other girls only their second or third Olympics, not like the girls on our team with a 4 or 5, yeah.
Yeah, their average age was like 25.3 and ours was like 28.5, 28.6.
Yes.
So like almost a 4-year difference. It's pretty big.
Still proud of them, girls. The way you go. And don't you think that I'm always a guy, and I'm good as this leading into the men's part of the program. You know me, I'm always taking shots at jerseys.
Sure.
Right? I'm always taking shots. I really like our red with the black maple leaf.
I hate it.
Why?
I hate that black maple leaf.
Oh my God!
think it
This is the
looks
first
ugly.
time we disagree.
Oh, I think it's uggo.
And I hate everything.
I would never wear that. The white one looks okay. I would never wear the white with the black leaf, though. I hate it.
I'm getting one. I will with this Olympics. Isn't that weird? I hate everything, and I like that jersey. You don't like it?
No.
Wow. Because it's black.
I just think, yeah, the contrast, I think, is like, it's just ugly.
I have a thing for ugly. Okay, I don't have a problem with ugly.
What does that mean?
That means
I have
like
a
when
thing
someone
for
says
ugly.
that dog's ugly, I go, not really. He's
Explains
pretty-
your allegiance to the Habs.
Look, see, I like ugly. There you go.
The big toilet seat on
There
that
you
jersey.
go. I can find a positive in that. You know what I mean? But I really like them. I do. And like me, how many times you listen to show, fans, and thank everyone for listening. We appreciate you, especially people on the street that say hello. I'm not the biggest uniform guy. I go to the Michael Wilbon, and I'll tell you what I think about uniform school, okay?
Sure.
But this one, I kind of like it. You know what I mean? It looks a little more menacing, you know? As opposed to some of the European ones and even the USA ones. They're starting to look a little bit NASCAR-ish to me, you know?
Well,
But
the
that's
US
their tradition one.
The US ones are kind of like they're going with the kind of Miracle on Ice look.
You
for them.
think?
Yeah. The Swedes, I hated that they went with dark blue. Like, just stick to the traditional, like what you're wearing. That's a good shade of blue.
Honolulu blue?
Light blue, whatever you
Light,
want to call it.
no. They wear their other blue. Yeah, they're kind of Honolulu blue, but a little bit lighter.
But
yeah.
they're wearing the dark ones. Like, they're wearing like dark blue. I don't like that look. The Finnish ones are nice. I think the Czechs always have nice uniforms.
The Czechs are traditional looking.
Yeah.
That's why I don't mind. The Czechs are there, and so Slovakia has gone in the same vein.
Sure.
You know-
I'm not a huge fan of their jerseys though.
Who?
Slovakia.
No, but I think they try to look.
Yeah.
If they tweaked them a bit, they would look a little bit more. But they're on their way there. You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes it was tough telling them apart from the Americans.
But that's the first thing I thought of too. And I said, Americans, like, you guys, is this Miracle on Ice? But when the first game, I don't know, we didn't bring it up before because we couldn't give a shit about the Americans and their hockey team. But yeah, I thought of that too. But that's interesting. Though, many times we bring up uniforms, and I'm the first guy bashing them. Get that shit out of here. And I go, I kind of like it because I think it was one angle they were showing Celebrini making the double move and coming back and getting the shot on goal. And then by the time he came around, you could just see that black leaf. And I said, hey, that's pretty badass.
Canada hasn't had good Olympic jerseys since Vancouver, in my opinion.
Yeah, maybe. Is that the one, the red one, like that I was wearing? Like,
Yeah, it was like the red, and it kind of had like the, I don't know, like Inuit kind of pattern in the maple leaf. Those were cool.
Yeah, they weren't too bad either. But I wonder who designed them. I heard one year that people designed our hockey uniforms didn't even do hockey. They just gave it to some, hey, do you want to design uniforms?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I heard
Because
that.
usually it's people at the manufacturer. Like, I think it's Bauer doing the hockey jerseys. So.
Oh, yeah, well, they've done, no, this was many years ago, many Olympics ago. I forget which one where we didn't have ones, and I think some other country did. You know, when you like, let's farm this out to somebody for a new idea. And they run in the room, make a uniform, and half the people in the room never played hockey.
Oh, strange. Because I thought, I thought it was like the manufacturers have like designers on it, and they kind of work with the.
That's where it is now.
Team, yeah.
That's where for mistakes from the past.
Yeah.
Don't do that anymore.
No, agreed.
Don't do that anymore. But that will lead us into, speaking of the Swedes and sad ass uniforms. This is a major disappointment for the Swedish.
For the men's? Well, let's talk about Canada first.
Okay.
So Canada spanked France 10-2 in the final group stage game. Crosby got the record for most points all time at the Olympics by an NHLer since they've been going. McDavid sets the record for most points by Canadian in the tournament 3 games in, which is insane.
Yep.
In that one, Crosby, McDavid, and Stone each had 1 goal, 2 assists. So McDavid set the record for most points in Olympics by Canadian when NHL players attended, and the record was 11 by Teemu Selanne since passed that as well. Wilson got drawn into a fight by Frenchie Pierre Crinon. Wilson, they both avoid suspension, although the French team suspended Crinon. He has a little bit of a reputation.
Who?
The French guy.
Does he play in the NHL?
No, I think he plays in France, but he got suspended earlier this season for punching a goalie in the face. So we got 7 games for that. So this is the type of, and a lot of people were actually upset he was on the team in France, apparently.
Wow.
Yeah. A lot of people thought he shouldn't have been there.
I
bet they're regretting it.
I know they are now. And you know what it is, too? Like a guy like Wilson, like when he was trying to avoid, because obviously the coach have said, you're Tom Wilson. You're Tom Wilson. So he's trying not to be that Tom Wilson.
Oh, no, but that French guy was a bitch, too.
100%.
He was like, yeah, let's fight. He had no intention of throwing punches. He just wanted to drop him to the ground right away. And Wilson was seeing red.
Oh, but was he not seeing red?
I was a little bit worried, watching
I thought he was going to break away.
Yeah.
Yes. But I mean, that's Tom Wilson. Like, he's already going, okay, buddy, different place, different time. Look where I'm at. And the other guy took the liberty of doing that. How much restraint must have that been for Wilson? But once he got disrespected, it was over.
Yeah.
It was the disrespect part of it that the French guy crossed the line. Wilson wasn't even trying to defend himself anymore. And bingo, away it went. Sometimes I think they should. No, they can't do it in the Olympics.
And that was the first Gordie Howe hat trick in Olympic history.
There you go. Exactly. From Wilson?
Yeah.
Yes. God bless him.
In the group stage, also, Finland slapped Italy 11-0 in the group stage finale. Italy getting outshot 62-15, which was a little bit of a surprise given how Italy had been kind of holding it down the previous 2 games.
The only reason the Italians got into the tournament is because they were hosts, right?
Sure.
Okay. I hope they make an advancement. Let's see. I hope they're there in 4 years. Do you think they can get back?
They'll have to qualify. They got a long road ahead.
Yeah.
I don't think they'll... Chances are no.
I'm glad they got the exposure. That's all that matters. You know what I mean? They showed up.
Yeah.
They were a gallant group of guys that were out there giving her, but I mean, look at the scale they were playing against at all levels. That's just the way sports is.
Yeah, sometimes you're just outmatched. Yeah. Also, Denmark scores from center ice against Jeremy Swayman.
My favorite goal of the tournament. Easily my favorite goal of the tournament. What was Swayman doing? Having a butt?
I have no idea. I'm also confused why they gave him the goal there, not Ottinger.
You mean let him in?
No, why didn't they start Ottinger in net for that game?
I have no idea because
that was weird.
They're going by the formula of like Canada. That's the only game he played, just like Logan.
I know, but why did they choose Swayman and not Ottinger? Is my point.
Seniority? Sorry,
they're about the same age.
I have no idea what they were doing. When you see it from one angle, he could have been a bit screened, but that was a 9-iron. Coming in, buddy, you should be able to. That should have been a routine fly ball kind of deal. But it was. I mean, the puck was moving, but yeah, it was just over center ice.
Yeah,
and look where it landed. You know what I mean? Which gets back to my theory about everything in hockey. Everybody's just shooting there because goalies are always on their knees anyway. Just keep firing the puck there, and away it's going to go. But that was my favorite goal of the tournament so far.
So that'll take us to the knockout round where Canada beat the Czechs 4-3 in overtime in the quarterfinal. Crazy game does not even begin to describe this one. I mean, Binnington was kind of all over the place. Dostal I thought was incredible for the Czechs in that game, playing on back-to-back days as well.
I thought what made it so interesting was the fact that you brought it up is when you play the same team twice in a tournament, especially that quickly, there's, you probably go look at the tape. If you go back to the first game when they opened the tournament, we didn't score until 5 seconds left in the first period against these guys because I give them credit for kind of going mano to mano. Because remember, everybody was skating, shooting wide open.
Right.
Then the Czechs came back and decided, we're going to defend this way. Mm-hmm. It was, the Czechs, we're going to defend this way. They did a very effective job of doing it, don't you think so?
Oh, of course.
But it was Dostal more than anything, who, as a goaltender, I've always championed when we're talking about it. I think he's going to be one of the better goalies in the league down the road. But
he already is.
Yeah, that's what I say. I've always liked the guy. That's why Anaheim is in one of the positions they are right now in the NHL.
Oh, yeah.
But, that was it was high drama. I'm glad that we got to dig in and freaking pull this shit off.
Of course, the referees, though, stole a lot of the headlines with the check too many men on the ice call.
How did that happen?
Apparently, even like the Czech ref put out a thing criticizing the refs. So obviously he didn't know, because if he did, I think he would shut his mouth about that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So
thank you.
And then even Elliot mentioned on the podcast that Bieksa and someone else talked to a few of the Czech guys after, And apparently they didn't even know. But, like, one of the guys admitted, he's like, yeah, I kind of knew. But, like, the other guys were like, what are you talking about?
I would have, what are you talking about? I'd be one of the talking about
No,
guys.
but like, they were, like, genuinely, like, what are you talking about? Like, genuinely confused. Like, they didn't know.
I say now, there was a couple people that noticed. Why didn't John Cooper notice? That's what they're saying. But if you look at the angle
lost in the moment.
and the way the play went, because it's like watching tennis.
Yeah.
Your head goes this way, your head goes that way. If you notice when the puck moved and as a guy came on, a lot of the heads in the arena were already starting to go. So I can see where it made Suzuki look bad because he was looking for the other checker, and then, that's the extra man. Sorry, Nick, you weren't as bad as you thought you were.
Yeah.
Kind of deal. But that was there. We'll talk about the refereeing by the time we get to the end of this, because that's a whole new story unto itself.
Yeah. Eye in the sky, I'll always say that.
Okay.
Crosby with a lower body injury after hits from Gudas and Martin Necas. Fuck Radko Gudas.
Ah, man, this guy jumped on his leg. I know there's playing tough, but I mean, you know what? It was almost like he got Crosby on the afterwards. Like, Crosby can take a hit with the best of them. We know that. He's playing in the league forever. But it was when he got up and he awkwardly, deliberately... I'm not saying he deliberately did, but you see it all the time in hockey. Well, as you're down, I'll just fall on you a bit. I'm not saying it was intentional, but it was 3 degrees dirty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And look who the guy is.
Yeah, I can't believe that fucking jerk face is the captain of that team.
Well, guess what's going to happen when he comes back to the NHL? I think there'll be a lot of Pronger answers to this.
Yeah, but he hides like a little bitch. Remember, like, after him screaming in Samsonov's face in the playoffs? He wasn't seen against the Leafs like the next 4 games against them.
That's the kind of schmuck that he is.
Yeah, he is a schmuck.
Okay, so what I'm saying to you...
He runs and hides like a little bitch.
Okay, so this is what I'm saying. I'm going to the Chris Pronger School of the Olympics. I'll see you... Where's the schedule?
Yeah.
Goodness, I see you March 15th.
Yeah, but my point is he's not going to be there because he's going to hide.
Well, yeah, he'll probably take the game off.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, then you just beat him. Even if he Claude Lemieux, you punch him a few times when he's turtling. Because it's like, we've seen him play in the NHL. We've seen him trying to take shots at Canadians. He was one of the guys that was trying to incite people along the way. Like, he was one of the, which is part of the game, as you're going to say, anyway it takes to win. Like, he was trying to goad guys into shit.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that. I'm just saying this. What's his name? The goaltender on...
Dostal.
Oh, he was outstanding. And that one defenseman... Czechoslovakia, who does he play for? I didn't notice him as much in the NHL. I meant to write his name down. He played pretty well because they got the puck out pretty quick. But let's tell the truth here. The Czechs played 1-3-1, left wing lock. Anything to slow the game down. That's all they did. Because, they even played that. What do you call that? I forget who described it. One of the guys on the panel, maybe it was even Mike Johnson, is sometimes they even play that angle we talked about it. You could see it right on the screen. Like, I stopped the thing, and sometimes you see the Canadians were coming over. The Czechs were already in this position. So what is that telling me?
What is that telling you?
I'm playing not to lose.
I mean, certainly countries like...
You have to do it. I'm going to go with your argument. I got to shut up about it and say it.
Because they don't have the depth of talent like Canada or the States.
There you go. So they got to
Or even the Swedes, to be honest, even though we'll
get
talk
to them
later.
Yes, but the bottom line is, when you play like that, eventually the better team will come through in the end. That's what I'm bringing through. Like, towards the end of the women's game, we were kind of playing like that, and we ended up having the result. The American women had the result that the Canadian men's have. That's what I'm getting at, if you keep going forward.
Well,
but it was a great hockey game.
The problem with Canada, too, was, like, after Crosby left the game, it was like everyone was kind of just like, the air was kind of let out of the balloon.
A bit.
A lot.
Okay, but they all pulled it together.
They did, but, like, apparently what the big reason why John Cooper behind the bench, you know the way he is. He's sickeningly... positive all the time, like keep going, go boys, keep going, it's coming.
But he plays the game like chess, and I like that.
Sure.
Okay, because let's cut to the chase about this whole thing that came out that I absolutely loved, and I love poking people and just saying it. Beautiful goal by Mitch Marner in overtime to win.
Well, hold on, before we get to that, I want to just mention, first of all, of course, Andre Palat gets a big goal for the Czechs.
Of course.
Mr. Clutch.
Of course.
Suzuki, I got to give credit to your boy, because going into this game, I thought he should have been the healthy scratch, to be honest.
Why?
I didn't think he was playing that well.
No, because I didn't. I thought it... The reason
especially when they were playing him on the wing, I was like, what's this guy doing?
Because Cooper couldn't figure out where to put him.
Maybe so.
Because, he was playing at a place, and every time he was on the line, like, okay, you knew these guys were going out together, then all these other guys, they were switching around, like him and Hagel and Horvath. Remember, he was trying to figure out who was with who. But it's just proven to be that the biggest guy, how would you put it? Suzuki's got that two-way game more than I thought did the other two guys, and he fit in better on the line. Like, I think they should leave that line alone. Suzuki, Stone, and Marner. That should be line tomorrow?
It depends on how Crosby's able to go. We'll talk about that a little bit later, too. But, Suzuki, like, he shut me up with that amazing tip. That was missing the net by 3 feet, and he managed to put it in. That was incredible.
But how many times he was back there to help out the defense was what I enjoyed. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Well, that's why he's on the team.
Exactly, and he was back there at the time. Some of the other forwards are getting a little lost. You know what I mean?
I don't know if I'd say that.
Not lost, but I mean, look at the ice time numbers.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, look at the ice time for somebody like a Reinhardt.
Yeah.
Some of these guys, their ice time are like, you can't even believe, what? They only played that many minutes? But that's the John Cooper effect in playing the chess game and jumping the line change. But because we've been the home team most of the time, haven't we?
I think so.
Yeah.
It's going to be the home team tomorrow, too.
Exactly. So I don't know where we're going. Okay, finish with your
so the Marner goal, too, obviously, like, great friends of mine just reading the ice. He was against 2 guys out of the NHL and another guy well on his way out, just poked through, and then you had 3 guys swinging their sticks wildly at him and caught Dostal out of position. Great goal.
Not only that, but we've seen that Marner's got a great backhand.
Yeah.
He's shown that over the years. What I like most about it is the rhetoric that came out of the GTA about Marner getting that goal. That's all I'll say.
The Leafs shuttered him out, though, which I thought was classy.
Did they?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just, you heard the rhetoric. I'm not saying nothing because I'm a Marner guy. I loved it when Marner scored. I was, this is Marner. That's our boy. Check him out. Right
that's
beside Marner.
That's not Stanley Cup playoff Marner.
Were we talking about Stanley Cup playoffs right now? We're just talking about, I've always said what a great player that Marner is, and he's getting to show it in these Olympics, and I'm happy for him.
Well, good for him. So 3 of the 4 quarterfinals went to overtime, too, which was crazy.
One of the best days, they say, in the history of hockey. I've heard it from like 20 different sources say, this is like the best on best. Even Kucherov is firing off shots from all the world going, no, it's not. He ain't done. He's a little bit salty about it, eh?
I'm sure he is.
I would be too, but that's something out of our hands. Out of your hands, too. You know what I mean? But continue, sorry.
What was I going to say? So the 8 teams that made to the quarterfinals, I think they will be the teams that will be at the 2028 World Cup that
they automatically...
No, well, the NHL decides who gets to go there.
Right. You know what I mean? But anyways, that's what they were saying. Like,
so
imagine that you got the games, you got all those quarterfinal games, and 3 of them went to
overtime.
Amazing.
No shootouts yet, though.
You jinxing it again. I thought you weren't going to bring that up.
Don't do that, please.
I had to, just to remind you. Don't say that. I cringed. And somebody else said it right after you. After the meeting we had, I get out and we had somebody, I think Beliska brought up something about that. I go, shut up.
Bieksa?
Yeah, Bieksa brought it up too. And I said, shut up. I'll be talking on. Okay, continue.
Jinxes don't exist. The semifinals, Canada comes back to win 3-2. They were behind 2-0 early in the second. Rantanen with the power play goal off a stupid Bennett goalie interference call. Well, not the call was stupid. Bennett was being stupid.
Yep.
Then there was a Haula shorthanded goal in there. Reinhardt got the power play goal in the later stages of the second. Another beautiful tip. An unintentional one, but went in either way. Theodore with a great shot from the point. That one I knew was going in.
Oh, yeah.
Just the way that was set up, I'm like, it's going to be the tying goal.
Well, not only that, they were in the zone for about 3 minutes. That's what I'm saying about the Finns were playing Finnish hockey. And you know what really almost bit their asses? The day before when they got behind Switzerland.
The Swiss, yeah.
The Swiss were playing Finn hockey against the Finns. When I was watching the game, I'm thinking, hey, Finland, you getting some of yours. And what did Finland do? Finland turned all Canada, opened it wide open, and beat the Swiss. But I thought that the irony of it all is, because they were down 2-0.
They were.
Down 2-0. And I thought it was hilarious as I'm going, oh, gee, the Finns are getting finned. You know what I mean? But what ends up happening is you can't play hockey like that for 20 minutes.
A late penalty screwed them over. A controversial, quote-unquote, high... I don't know how that's controversial. Like, it's a stick to the face.
Let's talk about the whole premise here, man. There's people in Finland right now are screaming. Let's put this in... You see Timo Solani? They got him on overdrive.
Timu, man. Like,
did you see,
you're one of my favorite players, but, like, some things that come up after you retired. Like, just shut up.
Did you hear they got him on Overdrive Live, eh?
No.
Oh, it was just great entertainment. You heard Timo going off. But he put it in context of Canada. Let's look at this game, though. If this was on our side of the fence, what would we be saying? 2 Canadian referees.
Okay, but was it a penalty or was it not?
What?
The high stick.
How to call it.
Okay, then. That's end of story.
Was it a goalie interference on one of the goals?
No.
Canada. Close, but no.
No.
Was it offside?
The coach didn't even think so for Finland.
What?
The Finnish coach didn't
No,
even think
after a while. That's why he didn't challenge. It was close, but it wasn't. It was more the player was pushed in. And was there an offside?
No. It was close.
It was damn close. I'm going to take
McKinnon's skate was on the line.
I'll give Solani this credit, though. That was 1 minute and 20 seconds before.
What, the offside?
Yeah. When does it become like statutory? Like, the time is up, you're going to call it? Like, that had nothing to do with it now. If you didn't call it then...
Well, if it led to the zone entry, then it does have to do with it. I understand that, but it wasn't offside, so end of story.
Oh, very, very close. But I'm just saying this. That was 1 minute? Yeah, 84 seconds before the goal. So you're going to let that decide? I don't know. That's kind of weird.
That's in the NHL, too.
Yeah, I know. It's just kind of weird how that went down. But I did... Timo did say that live because he got on the air because they tracked him down because of all the tweets he was putting out and all the shit he was saying. But he was saying, put the shoe on the other foot. If it was here in Canada and a couple things that would come down, we'd still be talking about it. Or, for example, what if they didn't call?
But we'd be telling the people who are overreacting that they're overreacting. So I don't want to hear about this nonsense.
Wow, that law firm of yours is amazing. I'm just
Was
saying
it offside or not? Was it goalie interference or not? Was it a penalty or not? End of story. No controversy. Shut the fuck up, Timu.
Oh, I'm saying I'm going to look at it from his perspective.
His perspective is fucking stupid.
What if we lost that way? What would you be saying now?
Was it a penalty? Was it offside? Was it goalie interference? End of story.
They were all...
I am so fucking sick of this conversation. It's the dumbest fucking thing ever.
I'm glad we won. Let's get it there. I'm just saying
we won fair and square. End of story.
But...
No, but!
2 Canadian referees?
NHL refs, that's part of the deal that the league made. Don't like it? Shut the fuck up.
Okay. I'm just glad that we're there. I'm just saying that when I heard Mr. Solani, I just kept my mouth shut and looked the other way because he had a point about saying, hey, Canada, what if? But there is no what ifs, as according to your law firm, and I'll accept it that way. I'm just saying that if you were in...
Like, I don't get it. Like, they're not the wrong calls, so, like, I don't get what the controversy... This is sour grapes. This is sour grapes.
I thought it was more that than anything, but that's maybe I would have put it. He would have said what would have was coming from the other side. He had a...
Well, guess what, Timu? It's not.
No, you're home. You guys went home. And I'm going to put it one step further where he did admit this too. If you were up 2-0... why did you play defensive hockey for the next 30 minutes where the ice tilted in your direction and you couldn't get past center ice?
Well, the big problem is
that's on your fault, Finland.
Hold on. Well, let me get to that because the big problem is the divide between the coaches and the players. The players wanted Paul Maurice as their head coach.
Okay.
And then Finland was like, no, we want our own guy. So that's... The Swedish team, there was a little bit of a divide there. I don't know if it was as big, but the Finnish one, yeah.
Okay, do you think Paul Maurice would have coach them for starters?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Because he keeps getting the cold shoulder from Canada.
Which is, because there's guys in front of him, which I don't think is really fair. But
even we could talk about guys left out. Paul Maurice and Jared Bednar not even getting a sniff at the bench. I think it's a ridiculous
I thought it was too. Like, maybe that's a little bit, that's the Florida, Tampa Bay kind of
deal.
What
about Bednar, though?
Him
and Cooper, I thought, had a lot of respect
I did, too. I thought that was different, but I can see why Maurice and Cooper aren't on the same bench. That's understandable.
I know Maurice might have coached Finland.
I'm just saying this. After all was said and done in the game, there was a lot of things that were questioned, and I'm like you. They happened, they're over, we won. The number one thing was by the end of the game...
Now you say you're like me.
I'm just going to agree. I just wanted to see what your reaction be. Because there is an interesting way of looking at it if you look from both sides of the fence. And I think...
No, it's not.
Timo went overboard.
I'm tired of giving that point any credence. It's sour grapes. That's it.
Okay, I'm going to say this then. I would have known, and I'm glad that he was so honest about it when Mr. Elliot Freeman said a couple times during the game how he felt. And then we ended up winning. It was one of the most honest things I've ever heard Elliot Freeman ever say, because he said, I might have had a loaded gun in a lot of different directions, okay? And I went, wow, that's the most honest. He would have been Timo Solani, okay? That's what I'm trying to get her. And he said it right on the air. Like, that made me like Elliot Freeman.
Well, he wears his Canadian pride in his sleeve.
So all of us did, man. Come on, you didn't sweat that game?
Well, to be honest, the Czech game, I was more emotional after.
Why, because it was overtime?
I thought we were going to lose.
When Buddy scored? Everybody did.
The Finnish game, I wasn't as, like, even when we were down 2-0, I'm like, fuck, like,
we're gonna get these
big mountain to climb back. But the Czech one, like the late goal, I'm like, we're done.
Oh yeah, that was more scary. But then our Suzuki got the goal and everything went our way. But we still had the pressure on. I wasn't so worried. Maybe you're right, because the Czech game was a little bit more tension, because then we had to go to overtime. Now it's one shot. Okay, so that does amplify the drama of the situation. However, I just looked at it like this, and then we won't bring up any more, Timo, because I guess you're one of Andrew's favorites before, not anymore. But
I always liked Paul Kariya more.
Okay, so the moral of the story is this. The Canadians did not stop going forward.
No.
And again, goalie was playing outrageous. Made 3 or 4 big saves.
After allowing a couple, but whatever.
Well, that doesn't matter.
I saw a funny thing about Binghamton. They called him the Dominic Hasek of Mike Smiths.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
How apt is that?
Wow, I'll put that on a T-shirt. My God. That's like, boom, light out on, yeah? Okay, how can I see that? How come I see that right as soon as I heard it? I guess I've watched a little hockey in my day.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But the what's his name? The Finnish goalie played well. He did play well. But where did the puck go in?
Saros.
Yeah, Saros. He did play well. I forget his name. He did play well, and because we did face some world-class goalies. But where did the puck go in on the Shea Theodore goal?
In the net.
Top corner.
Yeah.
How many goals in the top corner? I keep rating it. Like, there's got to be somewhere out there where someone says, just stand up a little longer. Just stand up. Like, what if he just stood up? Puck would have probably hit him. But he's down low on his knees with that one looking around.
Well, he was screened too, wasn't he?
Bit of a screen. Yeah. And the shot was a rocket. Come on. The shot was a rocket. Don't get me wrong. Like, come on. And when I seen him wind up, I'm thinking, this is good. Boom, red light.
Right in that high slot. Come on.
High slot, and he's just moving in on it with everything on it. I said, well, as long as it doesn't hit anybody.
Yeah.
Because one of the arguments we've had over the years, and sometimes your theory is right, and sometimes my theory is right. Because sometimes these motherfuckers go, let's just shoot.
Yeah.
No more possession. And how many times has it bounced off guys and two the other way, and your theory about having possession and stuff. But I'm finding the cumulative effect of just keep going forward has proven that we ended up winning the games.
True.
You know what I'm
you're
saying?
You're right.
I'll take it that way, even though the metrics and the analytics might say a little bit differently, and we've seen some crazy blocks in this Olympic tournament. You know what I mean? But that's more of me seeing guys going forward, which is what I like. If we're not getting the possession, let's make a lane. You know what I mean? That's what have you heard that expression?
Which is why it kind of sucks that guys like McKinnon are banged up.
Yes.
Yeah, we could use a healthy McKinnon right now. Crosby is apparently a game time decision tomorrow. Apparently they're looking to get a custom brace for him to play.
I heard there's a place in New York that was on the case, like the only reason it didn't get here, it takes at least 12 hours to design it. So it's on its way.
Yeah, they'll find a way for Crosby.
Yeah.
I love it. This guy's about to derail the Penguins season for Team Canada.
Oh, don't say that. That's another subject.
How do you think Kyle Dubas is looking at the games up in the box?
This is another subject for another day, young man.
Oh.
Don't even bring that up, because I've already, the post-Olympic hockey show, I've got a bag load I've got right here. Don't worry. As much as we're all, and I'm the biggest hypocrite. I will end up being the biggest hypocrite in this. I'm just warning you now. I don't want to be, but you know when I knew I was a hypocrite? When I was smoking my third spliff during the freaking Czechia game, because my nerves were shot. That's when I knew I was a hypocrite, right then. Because, we'll never get that unless we've done what we've done. We'll never, no one there. And all you had to do is realize that when they flashed to that Cole Harbor bar when we scored, that's Canada in a nutshell.
Crosby and McKinnon.
Yeah, look, but that's Canada in a nutshell. Right there, from St. John's to Vancouver, that was Canada at that moment. So it's amazing.
And the bars are going to be open for 8 a.m. tomorrow.
6.
Well, yeah, but they could serve alcohol at 8, I think.
No, they can start serving at 6.
Oh, really? I thought
my
it was
boy
8.
Doug.
I thought he said 8.
No, Dougie said
Okay.
you got to get time to get warmed up for this. You can't run in at 8 o'clock and have your first beer. You got to have time to have a couple beers before the game starts. You know, when you go to the game on Saturday night, you usually get there around 6, right? Gonna watch the game, 5:36, get in the place, get comfortable, have a couple beers.
Well, I'll be watching with a coffee, not beer.
I don't know what I'll be doing, but I'll be up.
I'll be up too, 8 a.m.
8 a.m., yep. 100%.
One thing about the final that worries me tomorrow, Austin Matthews. I feel like he's due for a big goal.
Yeah, so he'll get the goal that'll tie the game at the 8-minute mark of the third period. Then we score 2 quick ones and an empty netter, and we win 5-2.
Yeah, I'm predicting 5-2 as well. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's because I've been watching a bunch of the old, like from the previous Olympics, like Canada's all their goals. They beat the States 5-2 in Salt Lake City.
Okay.
By the way, that tournament, Lemieux, Correa, Yzerman, that line was on fire.
It was an insane line. That's one of the greatest lines of all time in history. Think about all the great lines that we made. What'd you say that was again?
Lemieux, Yzerman, Correa.
Yeah, because Yzerman moved to the wing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that line was insane.
And even like Iginla was playing with Shanahan, and Iginla's like, holy crap.
Oh no, that was a very good hockey team. Here's my theory. Okay, let me ask you: am I wrong? Am I nuts, or I'm thinking? In some ways, I think the Americans are a better matchup for us in this respect.
Oh well, their style is more compatible.
Yeah, so when we start playing like that, that's to our advantage because we're better at doing what they think they can do against us.
Although that's could be a double-edged sword because like Jack Hughes is kind of woken up because remember last year 4 Nations was like, where is this guy? Now all of a sudden he scored some big goals. I mean, his brother Quinn is like maybe the defenseman of the tournament too.
He's handling the puck too much is what I'm liking.
He's getting a lot of big moments though.
Listen, they had an exhibition game against Slovakia. That team was like Slovakia. They should go home with their heads.
You can only beat who's in front of you.
Agreed, but I'm saying this much. Come on, listen. I'm gonna announce your law firm by the end of the show. Okay, I'm gonna announce your law firm. Just let's put it this way: Slovakia played way over. Did you expect Slovakia to get a medal before? No.
I said maybe.
You said Czechia.
Okay,
and I agreed with you. You did not.
You can never count out the Slovaks though.
Go stand in the corner. You did not give Slovakia the time of day.
That's not fine where I said that.
I'm going to go back and listen.
There was never
one of the parts of the show that we both kind of went, yeah, Slovakia. Go back and see when we were talking about that. And we didn't diss them, but we didn't give them the time. Neither one of us. You know,
I thought goaltending would be an issue, I'll admit.
As a matter of fact, you even said that on that part of the show.
Fine, but I never said they're not going to win a medal.
You and I did not have them in the medals.
Even today in the bronze medal match, they're going to be the underdogs. It's probably going to be Finland that takes it.
Oh, no, because they bushwhacked the Finns, so the Finns are out for freaking blood.
Yeah.
They bushwhacked the Finns, so they're going to say, okay, we got a second chance at you. Your theory, 2 teams playing close enough to the tournament. What I'm saying is that I'm not want to take away from them. I'm just saying that the way that we had to climb through to get to the finals is like, took 2 years off my life, okay, shit like that, and those teams came out and played like this is Canada, where they're going to throw everything at the wall to beat Canada.
And it was the first time Canada faced any kind of like adversity. Yeah,
because the first 3 games really didn't matter. Okay, so now that we've gotten here,
well, not that they didn't matter.
Oh, they mattered, but you know what I'm saying? It was like, come on, we played France. You know,
well, I mean, we faced the Czechs too, but game 2 against them was like,
they said we're going to adjust and we're going to throw it at you. My point being is Slovakia came in for both of us. We have to admit we did not think they were going to get a medal. We thought they'd be competitive. This competitive, no. So they've played way above their heads and they got here.
Well, I mean, a lot of it too is luck of the draw.
And luck of the draw. Yeah. Okay, so and beating the Finns first, and their goal differential is the thing that got them to where they are now in this position. So actually, and we got to put it on paper, the Americans did see a weaker team, and not only that, it was Cinderella. Hit midnight. That's all with Slovakia. And I congratulate the team for playing their head. And you know what it is? It gave more exposure to my Hab guy, who's, if there's an all-star team coming out of this tournament or first 2, he's going to get a lot of praise.
Yeah, I think he's probably going to be media all-star team by the end.
Yeah, because his stock has risen in the way that he has played for his country. And, of course, we're talking about Slavkovsky. But I've
heard he's basically the de facto captain. Like, Tatar wears the C, but, like, Slavkovsky's the guy there.
He played so well in every game. And then, like you always say, when they come to play for their country, it's a whole new ball game. You know, that puts a little spark on their shoes. Like,
oh yeah,
I was hearing about Matt Sundin records in the freaking Olympics. I said, oh yeah, I'm not surprised. Oh yeah, it was the Olympics. Oh yeah, Matt Sundin. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, everyone shows up harder for their country.
Fuck
Get
Matt
out of here.
Sundin. Anyways,
Wow. No, I'm not going to let you get away with that.
Can I say it twice? I won't, Mrs. Milani. I'm only going to apologize to you, not to your son. We know what I think of Matt Sundin. But let's get off that subject. We should get on this subject about the Swedes.
One of the best NHL players of all time.
Not even in the top 10. Anyways,
Okay.
The bottom line is maybe top 20, and I doubt that.
That's still something.
Yeah, and he's in the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Let's put it this way. Has to be an insanely disappointing tournament for the Swedes.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Who another team that what was going on in their dressing room, what was going on with their coaching, who should they play, who should they bring, and all if we were in Sweden, this is like what would you say? The biggest soap opera in the country.
Well, their goaltending let them down too.
Oh God, yeah, some weak goals at the time, but there's something to be like. I don't know what in the dressing room, out of the dressing room, who plays the NHL, who doesn't. The whole team was from the NHL, wasn't there? There was only 2 other guys. Was there 2 club guys or something? They got very little minutes at the end. Yeah. Very little minutes at the end, and they were doing. Look at the couple guys that they didn't play. They didn't play Peterson one game. They didn't play who else? Another guy that gets 18 minutes a night in the NHL. So
there's been some weird coaches. There's some weird decisions all over.
Sweden's is worse.
Well, the Americans not playing Kyle Connor, I'll never get. But
he is the Mark Scheifele of except that Scheifele's not on the team.
Yeah.
But I mean, he seems to be that guy. And they both play for Winnipeg. You know what I mean? Like kind of deal. Like that's just weird. Why isn't he not playing? And I'm going to tell you what's going to hurt the Americans, and you're going to see it tomorrow. Thank God the American defense is good at getting that puck up to the center, because when it comes to the forward lines, they got Matthews, they got this, they got that. No. We're way deeper when it comes to the forward lines. And when we start skating as fast as we do, they're going to wish that they had a little more Cole Caulfield, Lane Hudson in their lineup tomorrow. You watch. That's my prediction. That's going to come out. The Americans are just not as fast as us. When you watch them play, they work the game down to that level. Now, is it going to open up?
They have game speed, though.
They have some game speed. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. But I hope what we do is everybody, like, you know, when you get your driver and you get your thing and you tighten it up so you get a little bit more height, I hope everyone tightens up their skates on Canada, because I think we can outskate them tomorrow.
Hopefully.
Which means that Makar will be playing 28 minutes. Hughes will be playing 28 minutes.
Although last game, I thought Celebrini led Canada a nice time.
He did. Yeah, the last time there. But you know what's happening, though, which is really, really good? And I'm liking this, and that's why John Cooper's the chess player that he is. The coach, who's coaching the Americans again? Forgetting his name.
He's coach of the Rangers. I'm blanking on his name.
Anyways, we know who it is. Oh, frick, I can see his face. In any event, he's riding Quinn Hughes into the ground, and at times, like, look, Quinn Hughes is out there skating around with what? 10 minutes left in the third period, you're 5-1. When we got up on France, we couldn't find Makar. Did you notice that when it got to about 6-2 or whatever the score was? We couldn't see Makar on the ice. A lot of Doughty, a lot of Hurley. Meanwhile, when you're seeing 5 or 6 minutes left of the they're killing Slovakia. The game's over. What is Hughes doing on the ice?
I don't know if that's such a big concern.
Yes and no, because they're always talking about, well then, if it's no concern, why are these guys telling me every day? Pressure, amount of time you're on the ice, how much time on the ice, who are you facing, blah, 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 blah.
Hold on. Well, I think the only real concern is when you're stuck in your own defensive zone. Brandon actually had a quote where he's like, if you're stuck in your own zone for 30 seconds, which adds credence to the little timer that they put on TSN sometimes that you hate.
Yes. Yeah, no, but if you're in your own zone for 30 seconds, Shea Theodore lets Rockets go.
There you go.
Yeah, I know. I understand that. But you know what? On a lot of these teams, the better teams get it out. America's one of the best at it. You got to agree. Look at their top 4.
There you go, then.
You know what I mean? But we can't complain, though, except for, how do you say his name?
Parayko.
He got to play 7 minutes tomorrow. Okay, he does look out of place a bit, don't you think?
He should be the 7th D. I agree.
I think he should be the 7th D too. What credit he's getting?
I would make Theodore and Sanheim the third pair.
Yes, and because Sanheim's got to play more. Because now the more he's playing, the better it seems that he's getting around. Because he wasn't getting. He only played 7 minutes.
Theodore has been the 7th defenseman in the tournament.
He should be playing more.
I agree.
He should be playing more. He's been playing better. You know what I mean? And God bless Doughty and Harley. Though that's just an old school. Although
Harley's had his moments too.
Yeah, but he's a good skater.
He is, but he's been sleepwalking sometimes, I thought.
when he gets the winning goal tomorrow, we'll be very, 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 very happy. Okay.
Not Colton Parayko?
Not Colton Parayko. I didn't before the tournament. He was one of the guys I went, meh.
No, I know you were never a fan of him on the team.
No, and then I'm saying now that I see him out there, I'm going, oh, I don't know. But hey, you know what? I still think we're gonna win. You know.
I think so too.
You know why? And this is gonna be maybe the craziest take I'm gonna have on the matter. If there is gods of hockey, we must have respect for the game on a competitive level, not a TMZ level. Okay? I think sometimes what we have on that side of the border, they want the salacious part of the game, and I don't want that.
Who's
I want
they?
They.
No, I don't.
They that,
Who are these people?
They that promote people like the Tkachuks, because that's a cool hockey to be playing and all that.
Okay, so you're talking about the Americans.
Yes.
I don't care about the American
Neither
coverage. We get CBC, and everyone loves the CBC, as we know.
Okay, you're good. I'm gonna bite my tongue. And you know,
their coverage of the Olympics is great.
Oh yeah, no, they've been fine. They got everything on there. I'm not gonna say anything about because we don't even say it.
We get it all for free too, so we should never abolish the CBC.
I'm not gonna let you get it. Listen, I'm gonna tell you the name of this guy's freaking. He should have been a lawyer. In any event.
Meanwhile, in the States, they got paid for Peacock to get it.
Oh, yeah, that's
God bless
insane.
Canada. God bless the CBC.
Okay, I'm just saying this. I'm not. I say it's TSN. God bless Sportsnet.
You got to pay for that, though.
What?
You got to pay for that.
Okay, whatever.
CBC gives it all to you for free.
Oh, aren't they nice? That's a wonderful thing. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm glad they cut the panel down sometimes. The 5-man panel does not make it on hockey. You don't have.
Well, it's gonna be back for the final tomorrow.
I know it's all, but everybody's been good on the TV. The girls and the boys. Everybody's been good. Everybody's at their highest level, and we're at a professional level that most other broadcasters. The experience that we have and all that. And what's her name? Ledger. When they get back to the bench and she's like holding the fort down there, she's been outrageous. How she'll go through everything so quick, so good, so professional in a Rich Eisen kind of way from back in his Sports Center glory days. She's been outstanding.
One last thing. So Nathan McKinnon, Sam Reinhart, Mark Stone, Brad Marchand, and Darcy Kemper will all get into the triple gold club if Canada wins gold tomorrow.
Yep.
Which means an Olympic gold, a World Championship gold, and a Stanley Cup. Currently, there are 30 players and one coach in there right now.
Who's the coach?
Babcock.
Right. Oh, yeah, of all people, Babcock.
I know.
Yeah.
Also, I want to shout out to Kenzie Lalonde, who's been calling the women's hockey games.
Yes, outstanding job.
You know who she reminds me of, actually, believe it or not? In like her speaking style and just like her form? Bob Cole.
That's interesting that you said that. Maybe she even patterned her. No, I don't think
I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, she probably grew up listening to him.
True, too. No, I'm glad you. Thank you. I'm really glad because you know me, I'm that kind of a guy sometimes. I don't have to say what kind of a guy. I think she's been outrageously good. I thought her calls, and you know what? You know what was really good about her? When she was watching the Canadian American game, she was as neutral as she could be.
Professional,
yeah. So huge shout out to her. I'm glad you brought it up. I was actually listening to her, and I was thinking, I'm glad you brought it up because a couple times I was listening to the game, I'm going, damn, she's good today.
It's funny. Cheryl Pounder, I think she's a lot better doing color than she is as like an analyst between periods. She seems like more in her element there, I think.
I think because she's on the spot. I don't think she's very good on the panel at all, really.
She has her moments.
But I think she's good at color.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was, like there seemed to be some simpatico there. I will agree with that. Interesting that you were watching that closely to being the broadcaster that you are. But, I thought that she didn't, what's her name again, Lalonde?
Kenzie Lalonde.
Kenzie Lalonde. I thought she did an outstanding job broadcasting the games. Very, very good. Couldn't say better. Proud to be Canadian.
Anything else for the Olympics?
I still think that we're going to win, and I don't want to make any prediction because every time we do, it doesn't go that way. All I'm going to say this. Like I said, if there's the gods of hockey out there, fate will say that Canada should win this.
Canada usually does, so.
Yes, let's go.
Bodes well
for us. Let's go, Canada. 8:10 in the morning. When we played with Crosby, how old were you? What time was that game? 6 in the morning?
What, Vancouver?
No, Vancouver. So
that was an afternoon game.
Yeah, that was afternoon.
Sochi was like 6:30 a.m. I want to say.
Is it Sochi was 6:30?
Yeah.
We were all in shoes packed.
I remember having to wake up early for that one.
Yeah. So how old would you have been then?
Sochi, I was 21.
Okay. Oh,
2014. Yeah.
Okay, so in any event, that's when Gale broke her anchor that day. That was
Ooh.
a crazy day. Shoey's was packed. What was the game? 6?
It was like 6:30 a.m., something like that.
Shoey's was packed by 5:45.
I believe it.
Packed.
To watch Canada spank Sweden 3-0.
Yes. Oh, it was packed. And you know what? It was. I remember in the middle of the second period, we were looking down at our hand with beers in our hands, and it's like 8:45.
Probably not even.
Whatever. Yeah, we got full pints in our hands. And then of course we just kept drinking when we won. So by noon you've had like 6, 7
You're
pints.
Smashed.
Yeah, well not smashed, but 6 or 7 pints. Yeah, it was crazy.
If you're not smashed by 6, 7 pints, I don't know.
Overtime, because you see, as everyone says, I get teased for being a slow drinker. Like I'm not a guzzler. Like I just drink overtime. So like all of a sudden I've had 6 pints, but it may be 1 an hour or 1 whatever. I'm not like these people. No, I'm not. I'm okay with my alcohol.
All right, that's it for the Olympics?
Yeah, it's been great. It's been fun. We'll do a comprehensive ending on the show next week.
Yes, we will. And we'll take this into soccer, where around the leagues we had Inter taking care of Juve in the Derby d'Italia, 3-2 on Saturday. Andrea Cambiaso's own goal in the 17th minute was the difference there. Napoli got the 2-2 draw at Roma on Sunday. Daniel Malin with the brace for Roma. This week we got Man City versus Newcastle today, and then also we got Bayern Munich versus Frankfurt. But of course, we're all here for Champions League, right?
Yeah! What's going on, bro?
So we had the knockout stage begin this week. So PSG won 3-2 at Monaco. Desiree Doué scored the brace, including the 67th minute winner. Juve fell 5-2 at Galatasaray. Juve only had the ball 42% of the time, only mustered 2 shots on goal, blew a 2-1 lead, and they kept giving chances to Galatasaray with dumb errors. Galatasaray.
Who in the hell are they?
They're Turkish.
Yeah, I know that. Why didn't all season I haven't noticed them?
I don't know. They're the biggest club in Turkey.
It should be. Juve's going home.
Probably.
Okay, because I got my assessment. You just want to go through it, then I'll give you my assessment for what's going to happen in leg 2.
Okay.
Go ahead. Keep going.
Okay. Real Madrid won 1-0 at Benfica. Vinicius Jr. scored the 50th minute winner. Apparently faced racial abuse from Benfica winner Gianluca
What's
Cristiani.
up with that?
Probably saw yelled a slur at him.
Oh, I seen it in the highlights. You know when you go to the championship, you
Yeah.
see he people were not happy with what he said. You seen the camera shot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He said something.
We'll see what happens.
Them throwing hands. He did throwing hands.
Mm-hmm.
He said something that people throw hands to. That's obviously right.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Atalanta fell 2-0 at Dortmund. Newcastle stomped at Karabag 6-1. They scored 3 minutes in and never looked back. Outshot them 20-4 and had 13 shots on goal to their 2. Atletico Madrid went into Club Brugge and got the 3-3 draw. Atletico had 3 goals on 4 shots on goal, so very efficient there. Maybe the most surprising result, Inter falling 3-1 at Bodo Glimt. Inter only managed 4 shots on goal on 55% possession. Bayer Leverkusen won 2-0 at Olympiacos. Patrick Schick with the brace in the 60th and 63rd. And then we got leg 2 coming up this week.
Okay, so I've learned some stuff this week, and I've looked at some standings and where they're going to go. First of all, let's just talk about Juventus. They're gone. Bye-bye.
Probably.
They're not going to go anywhere. I think Newcastle's going to win. I think they're going to move on because I think
they're up 6-0 and they got their home
done.
game next.
So that's what I'm saying, going home. So that's all. We're not talking about this. I'm thinking that Benfica and Real Madrid, I have a feeling that's going to be a tie, which is going to push Real Madrid into this thing, and because they're playing in Real Madrid, right?
Yeah, they'll be in Madrid.
Yeah, so I think even they'll play for the tie and get out of there because that's what those soccer schmucks do sometimes.
No,
right?
Real's gonna play to win.
Play to win, but
I think it's gonna be like a 3-1, 4-1 game.
Okay, so I think I'm looking at because I looked at this things like that. If you looked at the numbers, Real Madrid looked like they could have won that game with possession and shots. When I looked at the stats at the field, it was a close game. I heard it was one of the better games of the first leg from what they were talking about in the highlights. It was very good, but I think that's learning towards Real Madrid. PSG and Monaco, I think it's bending PSG's way, even though they got to go on the road, right?
No, next game is in PSG.
So I think it's going to be there at home. They should be able to finish that off, right? Because they played well. So I'm seeing they're going their way. Now, here's the one that's that I find very interesting. Bodo Glimt.
Can Inter
do it? Got to go on the road.
No, Inter's going to be at home.
No, Inter's going to be at home.
Yeah.
Can they make up the difference in that? And what happens if they tie? What if they win and they both have there's no goal differential?
What do you mean?
Okay, so what did they win by? They won 3-1, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so now Inter wins 3-1. Then
You go to
4-4.
extra time.
Oh, okay. I was wondering about that.
If it's still tied after 30 minutes of extra time, then they go to a shootout.
Okay, so I'm saying I think Inter's in trouble, but if anybody could come back from, well, they made it to the next round because it didn't look they were shown, I'm giving Inter the best shot.
Yeah, although I
think it's slim. I think they're in trouble, but
if Budu Glimt gets like one goal, that could be the difference.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I think they're in trouble, but if any team I think can pull it out is Inter, only because they're at home. So I will give them that. Dortmund and Atlanta.
Atalanta.
What happened to those? I kind of like those guys.
Italy's just not having a good round here.
And now they got...
All their teams could be gone by the round of 16.
No doubt about it. And they got to go on the road now, right? Atlanta's got to go on the road?
No, they're going to be at home.
Go home? Oh, they're at home. So they got a fighting chance.
It's going to be tough.
I think that Dortmund's going to be one of those ones that'll get the tie and get out of there and say thank you.
They're having a very good season. They're still kind of hanging around Bayern Munich for the Bundesliga title, too.
Exactly. So. And when you see, like, they were one of the higher ranked of this part of the Champions League, like if you got the guys with the buys, the next rank down, they were almost got into the top 8.
Yeah.
They were close to get the top 8. So I can see them pulling it out, even though during the whole thing, I just liked the name Atlanta, and I thought they were going to go farther. Don't let the name fool you. You think Dortmund's going to win too? I'm smelling they're going on.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm smelling they're going to go on. The one I wouldn't even pick, I'm only going to flip a coin over, is this Leverkusen and Olympiac. How do you say their name?
Yeah, but the next game is going to be in Germany, so
that's the...
And Bayern's already up 2-0, so...
So they should win it, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The advantage is there. It's up in the air. And with Atletico Madrid on the road, what are you thinking?
No, they're going to be at home next game.
Atletico?
Yeah. And they're tied goals 3-3, so they should have the advantage over Club Brugge.
At home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that should go there. It's going to be very interesting. You know what I mean? And the odds are not always, because I looked at the betting lines, and some of the home teams aren't as favored as I thought. Like, they're very low. Like, if you were to play a money line, it'd be like 120 or something.
Yeah, welcome to gambling on soccer, because there's the draw you got to consider too, right?
Exactly, yeah. So it's on there. So you're right, though. I missed my guy because the weather was there and he didn't get there in time. We're going to do it. You're right. We probably would not. I'm glad it was only going to be we're going to put in what? We were both going to throw in like $6 and make, $3, $4 cards. That was the name of the game.
Yeah, although
from what I could see, we wouldn't have won nothing.
No, this week is going to be a better gambling week because the favorites are going to be the home team. So
yeah, but they're not high favorites at home, which tells me usually that's a good sign if they're saying bet at home because they're trying to draw you in on foreign money. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not Jimmy the Greek, but the games are good, and 60,000 here, 50,000 here. The crowds are just insane.
Soccer crowds are the best,
aren't they? And just some of the chants, because it's really cool. Because I have that site. I go to the Champions League, and you hit the button, and it's like a 5-minute. I didn't watch them all. Like, it was 6-0.
Yeah.
Why am I going to bother? But the games that were close, you put them on, and they got a nice comprehensive 5 minutes of what's going on. And then another thing, they give you all the stats. So a couple of stats look weird to me.
DAZN posts like 10-minute highlights of each game too.
Oh yeah, yeah. I like that there. That's where I seen that guy do that thing. Whatever he said.
Yeah.
Somebody want to punch him. But that's just bad sportsmanship.
Yeah. So we get the second leg this coming week.
This week, Tuesday, Wednesday, right?
Yeah, the 24th, 25th.
Yeah.
The round of 16 will be 2 weeks after that. And let's not forget that Arsenal, Bayern, Liverpool, Tottenham, Barcelona, Chelsea, Sporting, and Man City got the byes.
Yep. So they'll be hosting the games, the first round of the second leg, right?
The
home teams.
The home team gets the second leg. Because if it goes to overtime, then.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. So you always play on the road first if you're the favorite.
Yeah, if it's home and away.
Just learned something new today.
By the way, I want to shout out your boys, Nottingham Forest. They had that magical season last year. This year in the Premier League, they are 17th, only 3 points up on relegation.
Oh, my God. The guy was saying there, the Nottingham difference in 1 year. I seen the guy on TV and put my head up, and then I looked and went, how does that happen? Did they lose that many players? They said there was some roster adjustments.
Well, yeah,
I heard the guy say,
there's that.
what's
Plus,
roster adjustments? There's 11 guys on the goddamn field. What'd they do, get rid of 6?
Well, and also a problem, too, is they went to Champions League, so you're stretching your roster a little bit thin. And for a smaller team, it's hard to adjust that way.
Yeah, but they could go to, I hope they don't. That's my Robin Hood guys.
We'll see. Now they're out of Champions League, like, they can just focus on Premier League, so
And
we'll
they've
see.
got what? How many games left?
Oh, basically like half a season.
So they got a chance to readjust their situation, I hope.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything else for soccer?
No, but there's going to be some good games. I'm enjoying it more, if not just the highlight reels, because it's so much fun. Hearing the crowd sometimes, they get their chants and shit. How much alcohol are they selling there?
Oh, too much.
Okay.
Too much. We'll move this into the NBA. No power rankings this week because we're coming off All-Star break. The Raptors just had one game, a 110-101 win in Chicago, on Thursday. Steals and turnovers decided that game. They won the steals battle 14-6. They turned the ball over 14 compared to the Bulls 20 times. Ingram had a great game, 31 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals. This week the Raptors go into Milwaukee on Sunday, play OKC at home on Tuesday, and play San Antonio at home on Wednesday. So could be a little bit of a test there. But of course, around the league, tanking has been stealing all the headlines.
Okay, so it's gotten to a point now where can you put on a sports show anywhere where they're not talking about it?
No.
Like, because now, especially football's over and everyone's looking at the basketball situation. Now, we here at the house it happens. We hate it the most. But my good friend Melanie here, what can you do about it?
Nothing.
Okay, so let's look around the league. First of all, let's give a big shout out to Matt Ishbia, the owner of the Phoenix Suns. His declaration on the situation said it's loser behavior by loser organizations.
Oh, man.
That was loser strategies from loser organizations. I went, oh my God, what a saying. Now, when you put that into perspective.
I wonder what Ryan Smith's reaction to seeing him next time is going to be.
That's what I'm saying. What's Ryan Smith going to do? Because Ryan Smith is trying to fool us into believing he's going the Detroit Piston way. Because anybody can say about the tanking, and Detroit didn't really tank. They just sucked. Okay, yeah. All right. So, and they build it back in. So I think that what we're doing here is we're getting false call-outs from the people. And I like Ryan Smith, by the way. But don't compare yourself like to Detroit, because then you have Philadelphia, who are the poster childs. What if Philadelphia? No, Detroit hasn't done anything yet.
No.
Okay. But Philadelphia, in their time with Joel Embiid, has never been in the position that the Detroit Pistons are in right now. Like, they may have been down on, like, when they lost to the Raptors the year that we won it all.
Oh, that was their best chance.
That was their, yeah, okay, what I'm saying. But they weren't even, we were ahead of them. We had the home field advantage in that anyway. So what I'm saying is, even if you do the process, look how.
Well, they were the only ones to push us to 7, though, so you got to respect them there.
That's true. But in any event, that's their height. That's been their ceiling for the poster child of tanking. Yeah. Now, we're not saying Detroit necessarily tanked, but they sucked. But the way they put things back together, they now have the best record in the NBA, by the way.
Yes, they do.
So the people that are tanking, that are pointing at Detroit, here's the other issue. You can take all the picks you want. You got to hit on them. So why are people bitching about what Sam Pressly did in OKC? I don't remember OKC tanking.
No.
Do you?
No.
I don't remember it at all. But did they give up some of their players at a certain time?
Well, I mean, they read the writing on the wall with the Paul George and Russell Westbrook situation, and yes, they just got the most that they could.
And okay, so now that situation has arose, they hit their picks. So did they do something wrong? I don't think OKC at any time should be considered a team that tried tanking.
No.
I think they had individual problems from players that seem to do certain things when they get a stature in the NBA. Nudge, nudge, wink,
sure.
Wink. Okay? But to be able to come back and say that, I'm just saying that the blatant tanking that we are seeing every day is that we got to come back to, and I've heard this word a lot lately, which is, you got to say it because it is all a business. How is this affecting the product on the field?
Well, man, there's a lot of bad teams out there. And, the problem is, too, guys pulling out players when it's still a game. Basically, right?
Exactly. And it's happened twice in the last week, once with the Nets and once we talked about it last week in the fines. Now, what they've gone about it is that Utah got a little more clever this week. They pulled the guys at the 3-minute mark, not the 8. Okay, is that supposed to make a difference? They ended up losing by 4 anyway. But what it ends up doing is this, okay? And this is the part that drives me completely crazy. How many games we have left in the season for, say, example, the Brooklyn Nets? Oh, they have now played 55 games. So that means they have just under 30 games left. Of those 30 games, I think 16 are at home. What are they giving those home fans in the next 16 games?
Well, I have a feeling a lot
refunds?
I have a feeling a lot of the home fans won't be showing up.
Refunds, anybody? Can you say refunds? No. There's not one person that bought a ticket that's going to get one nickel more, okay? So if you're not going to tank, why don't you do this? Play less games.
Never going to happen. We've talked about that.
Oh, it's just got a new point because you got to realize now, let's just look in the NBA. When you are playing Sacramento, well, we know what the Jazz are doing. Sacramento, the Jazz. New Orleans is still trying. I'll give them the benefit of a doubt.
Sacramento's tanking too. And they set a franchise record, their 15th loss in a row.
Oh, okay. So now
Someone saved my boy DeMar.
Oh, I feel bad for him because his career will be the one that you never got to where you were supposed to. So when you look at it from this point of view, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that are entirely useless for the next 20-some games in the year. And it's when 10 games from being 15 games for a lot of operations that the teams don't make a goddamn thing. Now, comparing that to the NHL is a little bit different in the fact that I think that the competition is so much better in the NHL that there will be less teams that you have to worry about bailing out for, and those games are going to mean a little bit more. And like I said, you maybe jinx me, and this is that some of the games have tightened up. Remember I'm saying all the blowouts there were? Well, games are getting a little tighter. Well, at the same time, teams that have to play each other are playing each other a little bit more, so perhaps the competitive balance has come up a bit. But I'm still saying the quality of the games in the NBA is miserable. And when you add tanking on top of it, I just don't think it's showing enough respect for the paying customer. You know what I mean? That's what it boils down to. And
but the problem is the NBA, like, if you don't have that top guy, you don't have a chance. So as an owner, you're kind of incentivized to tank.
Okay. Well, wait a second here. You have to respect the fact that you have fans that are paying for the tickets. Can you do that? No. But here's the other factor when you're talking about when you're bailing.
But at the end of the day, as an owner, you're there to win.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so how are you going to go about winning? Last year, we weren't talking about but people weren't talking about what kind of mega superstar Cade Cunningham could be. Mm-hmm. Now he's an MVP candidate, which we'll talk about in a minute. Okay, so what has happened is you got to not only have that guy, but you got to be able to play as a team. Detroit is a team playing. OKC plays as a team. Houston Rockets play as a team. They do have Durant, but you know what I'm saying? You got to have that element of team to go on, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. So what happens is when you're wrong now, when you're playing those things, here's the other thing that this is absolutely, and maybe you're going to think I'm nuts when you think about it. Now when we know Vegas plays, if the Detroit Pistons are playing the Sacramento Kings, the other aspect that's going to come out is Vegas is automatically going to make it a 40-point spread because they got to deal with the gambling crowd.
40-point spread.
Well, whatever the case may be, because now there's so much.
Probably like a 20-point spread.
But Vegas is going to start doing that because how are you going to want to gamble on these games? So now everybody's getting their 2 cents in because Vegas is going, we got Sacramento and Detroit. What are we going to do? They basically don't take the game off the board, and they probably won't let you bet it on, they'll take it off the board as a money line game. Or you're going to have to bet $5,000 to win 5 cents.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Because Vegas is in control. Because then you.
Well, actually, Sacramento's playing the Spurs today. It is still money line. It is still on the board there.
Is it? What is money line?
Oh, well, Spurs are minus 3,000. So.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
See, that's what.
They're favored by 18.5 today.
Yeah, there you go. So it affects every factor of society is connected in some tentacle. You know what I mean? And I hate to say it because we've said it a million times is now when you add the tanking shit teams, look, San Antonio against Sacramento, Exhibit A, and Vegas is throwing it in our face.
Yeah.
Don't you think that's what's happening?
Well, I mean, that's just a problem with gambling. But like we said before, there's no way to curb it because, like, even if you say, like, okay, it's going to be even odds for everyone in the lottery, there's still going to be teams that are like, well, if I tank, if I'm, like, dead last, I'm still guaranteed a top 5 pick, so.
Okay, so some years that's good, and some years it isn't.
When is it not good?
when you take Anthony Bennett as your first pick in the overall draft.
Okay, well, that's just stupidity.
Okay, so you got to hit. That's my point.
Okay,
you gotta hit
there you go.
Okay, you got to hit the drafts, which is very tricky. It just so happens
But
that
this year is a very good draft.
2026 is a very good year to be incentivized.
Incentivized
to tank. I still don't believe it. I think it's an awful look for the team, which ends up this way. It's like the same thing I said, and when we get to the next week, when we're going to talk about, when I'm talking about the product, and I'll bring up the NHL, which I was saying that I'll end up sounding like a little bit of a hypocrite, is we got to sit through all of this stuff, okay, all year, and you go, oh, okay, that's another game, all right? But if you start to see where it's heading to from a playoff perspective, look what we have sitting at the top, bro. Huh? We might have. What if the Final Four in the Western Conference is OKC, San Antonio, Denver, and Houston?
Could be.
Any combination of those four playing each other in a best-of-7 series, which will be the semifinals of the Western Conference?
Yeah.
Oh, am I going to be watching those games?
Of course you are.
Sucker that I am. Sucker, dumbass, what am I thinking to do this? That's what irritates me, which then again makes me, I'm going to look up the exact definition of hypocrite.
Just skip the regular season except for a few Raptors games.
I always watch Raptors just because I do, which gets me to this point, which we've talked about. It's very interesting. A lot of people are saying they've been watching a lot more college basketball.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Than they've been playing
like watching the NBA.
Than watching the NBA. Now, let's get something straight here, because I heard a great argument about it between Jay Will and Kendrick Perkins, where Jay Wills was saying, I kind of like the competition in the college than I do in sports. And Perk went off, look at those are kids, different talent, different way. Well, of course the talent is freaking better in the NBA. They're in the NBA. Let's not get there. It's what you put on the floor at the time that gets your eyeballs on the screen or your butt in the seat going, these guys are giving it. So it's like when you're watching juniors, that's why we love March Madness. You know what I mean? We're going to get that kind of competition. So when you think about it, and I think I already mentioned, I shouted out to college basketball already about the day they're going to have like that. Look at today what you're going to see. And you're going to see 5 prospects today that they're already arguing about, which I will bring up next week, the 5 top prospects. But you got the guy in BYU, you got the guy in Kansas, and you got the guy in Arkansas. Forget all their names, but I know they play for all those teams. And the problem is now when we talk about the difference in the two leagues is that already are saying some of these guys in college are going through their load management preparing to go to the NBA. What's up with that?
That's basketball.
You see the guy on Kansas the other night? 21 points in 19 minutes. Oh, my leg's cramped. Rest of the game sat out. 20-year-old kid, just turned 20, sitting out, or 19. I'm sitting out. You see the guy? He looked like Kobe, I don't know, all in a row, and just sat. And that's in college.
Yeah.
Oh, rumor has it, got $2 million to play this year. Did I say 2 sheets?
Yep.
That he's getting to play? I'm cramped up here, coach. Can't play.
I was going to be paying more to sit on the NBA, so.
So now let's take this full circle. You got teams in the NBA that are tanking to get a draft pick, taking a guy who already understands the concept of load management. Come on, I don't know.
Seems like a match made in heaven.
It's just, will it go around in circles? It's maddening. And then we have a situation this week, if I may bring it up really quick. A college coach, Kansas State, you know what I mean? His name is Tag. You heard about it, right?
Yeah.
This guy got on national TV and just ripped his team. I've never seen a coach rip a team on any show. It was all over the place. Like, he ripped that team. People come out and said, oh, they're college kids. You got to think about their future.
Well, also, my problem too is he was criticizing the team every which way. It's like, buddy, you chose the team.
Yeah,
no, you recruited them too.
Okay. No, that factors in. So he's already stuffing his own mouth full of shit. But I couldn't take the criticism for picking on the kids because apparently they won't say who. 3 of the kids on Kansas State are making close to $1 million, and another 3 kids are making between $500,000 and $750,000. So guess what? Those guys are freaking having good lunches when they're going home every day. You know what I mean? So he has the right to criticize that. What ended up happening, he was so harsh because he was so pissed. And I get it from the critics, from your point of view. Hey, buddy, some of these are your guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
All of them are his guys.
Okay,
basically.
but he got to the Elite 8 a couple years ago, but that was a lot of other guys from the other team.
Agreed.
Okay, when they're going on there. So now they fire him. I get it. You're going to fire the guy because you don't want your athletic institution does not want to have a leader like this talking about this about their young men. Okay? And in so doing, you're going to throw its cause? Wait a second here. Wait a second. You're throwing in the cost factor because you don't want to pay the guy his extra $18 million if you fire the guy.
Fair.
What's going to happen when they go to court? What did this guy say that said cause? He didn't say.
They're probably going to agree outside of court. It's probably going to be a settlement.
He'll get 10 at least, right?
Around there, I would think.
The athletic institution and their credibility as such has said, we signed a contract. Now they're going to say, well, we didn't really sign that contract.
We didn't sign that contract.
Yeah, we didn't sign that. Come on, bro. So I'm saying 2 wrongs don't make a right. I thought the coach was a little bit stupid about it. But now Kansas State can't try to find out something out of their hat called cause. Because cause is a very serious term. That's a deep, dark term. And we've seen coaches get fired by cause. They're called Moore in Michigan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, you got that guy in cause. This guy cannot, for all the things that you've called in there, and we're getting a little off topic here, but that's what I'm just saying. It starts at this level and works its way into the NBA. So that now we've got a product that we've got to wait to the semifinals of the playoffs just to watch? Come on.
Anything else for basketball?
You're going to give me your 3 MVP
candidates
this year. Do you want me to give you mine first?
Sure.
The 3 candidates I believe that are going to be for the NBA, I got to give it with a caveat. We're not sure the situation with Wemby and they're sitting him and take him out. So will he get to his 65 games?
I didn't have him on my top 3.
The only reason I didn't have him on my top 3 is why? Because he might not get to our 65 games. If he does get to our 65 games, he is immediately a candidate. So can we agree on that?
Sure.
We're not going to get there.
But for now, no.
For now, no. So my 3 candidates are, of course, SGA.
Yeah.
He has to be on there just because the team is, where his metrics are, and the whole 9 yard, even though I'm getting scared of him because he's not playing till next week. So if he misses 10 games, that's okay. He'll still be in there. I hate this team more than I hate most things in life, which is the Boston Celtics. But Jaylen Brown is now officially one of my candidates for MVP. Where he has carried that team, they're without Tatum. They were supposed to fall off the cliff and be nowhere, and look where they are. They are now going to be a legitimate candidate to be battling with the Detroit Pistons for the Eastern Conference Championship, so to speak, especially after what Detroit did to the New York Knicks again on national TV in their house, first game after the All-Star break, with how many? 8,000 celebrities on the front row? So they're out of there. So Jaylen Brown, huge candidate for MVP, even though I hate the Celtics. And my number 1 candidate is Mr. Cade Cunningham from the Detroit Pistons after his 42, 13, and 8 performance at Madison Square Garden the other night to slap the Knicks in front of all those celebrities.
So my 3, I got Shea.
Yep.
Averaging 32, 4.5, 6.
Yep.
1.3 steals, 0.8 blocks.
Oh, yeah.
I got Jokic as the top 3.
I can't put Jokic in it for the same reason that he's borderline. He misses another game and he's out.
He's averaging a triple-double, though.
He's insane. He was in the Wemby conversation. On my first list, he was on it until I looked. Like, I think if he stubs his toe, he won't be in it.
Are you sure?
Yes, he's very close right now. He's very, I think he cannot miss more than 3 games. He's that close. But here's the deal. And this is going to be true. How many has he already won?
2.
Okay, so he's won 2. So now we're getting down to the last 4 games of the year, and there's no movement in the standings. Like, say, there's 5 games left. And
well, if he's got a chance at MVP, they're going to play him.
I'm saying he don't give a shit about that anymore. He's basically on record saying I'm playing for
You get bonuses for that, so I think he does care.
I think he cares about his horses in frickin' the old country than he cares about.
Yeah,
MVP
you need to
anymore.
pay to afford to pay those.
I don't.
Give him all the best apples.
Have you heard him?
That,
Have
you
you heard him
Serbia.
talk lately? He wants 2 because your legacy says 2. Giannis wants 2 because your legacy says 2. Shea wants 2 because your legacy says 2. Everyone forgets the 1.
Yeah, I bet he likes getting paid too.
He can't get paid anymore. You know what? You know what he's going to lose? What's he going to lose?
A few $1 million.
I wonder.
What player's going to say no to that?
Nobody says it, but
you.
I'm going to say this. How much money is in a bonus for winning the freaking ring? I bet you the ring bonus is bigger than the MVP bonus. Let's look it up. Can we find that out?
Possibly.
Okay, this week that's just going to find out. So I'm saying I heard the last time I heard the Joker talk, MVP, you know what he did? He pushed it off the table. What? I got that shit. Said something about his horses. I went, whoa, I love this guy. He was doing this when he was talking. I only got 1. And then he basically said, how many guys in the history of the NBA got 1? More than 3. I want more. So I'm saying when it gets down to the end, and one of his injuries is still nagging, he's still not saying he's playing at 100%, which is, look at his performance.
And he's still playing like an MVP.
He's maybe the best player on the planet. Like, no disrespect to Shea, but come on. He's 1-1 right now. He's the most cerebral player in the league, I think. In any event, you get down to the last 5 or 6 games, and your place in the standings doesn't mean anything. Guess what he's going to do?
It's probably not going to happen in the West because it's still going to be tight. But
I think it is, but I wonder how tight it's going to be now because, okay, when you look at Denver,
we're being a dead horse with this. We get it.
Okay.
My last one, you're going to hate me, Luka Doncic.
No, I don't hate you for it because he's a legitimate MVP candidate. It's just
averaging 33, 8, and 9. 1.4 steals, 0.4 blocks per game.
Okay, so I can't, but his name should be Luka Doncic because there's no D in his freaking game. Okay, come on. No. He's a great player and he's going to be a candidate, but that's why those guys are nuts. Did you see that?
Yeah.
That's the human element, man. That
bobsledding, 2 women.
Oh.
Ooh. Or 4 men. Oh, man.
Oh. We just thought one of those things that tell you about thank these guys for doing crazy ass shit. Trinidad and Tobago got a sleigh in there.
Oh. I hope they're okay.
I hope they are too.
Anything else for basketball?
Just that I was going to say this. If you guys, anyway, just go down the schedule today. There's going to be some really great college basketball games on today. I'm not really sure about what's going to go on in the NBA this week with the Raptors, but let's hope for the best.
Let's hope for the best, and we will move this on to baseball. The MLB is officially, everyone's in spring training, of course. Pitchers and catchers recorded last week for the Jays. Position players reported on Monday. But we got to talk about some union stuff first. The MLBPA union head, Tony Clark, stepped down after it was revealed he had an inappropriate relationship with his sister-in-law, who also works for the organization. And, they took money.
Did they?
Yeah.
Did they prove it yet? It's alleged. Okay, here's
you don't just step down because of that. Because come on, they definitely.
There's some embezzlement. I said that at the meeting.
They put their hand in the cookie jar.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying too. But and they don't know where the money is. They're starting a rumor. Antigua. Okay, just joking. That's not even funny. Bottom line is this. This is one of the craziest stories in the week for too many reasons. So let's just get to the one that we don't care about or we don't want to talk about because that's the one that gets the headlines. But the fact is, Tony Clark, you're an asshole. You know what the crazy thing? He slept with his sister-in-law? Do you know what? Nobody's announcing it. It might be his brother's wife.
Oh, my God.
So they were saying, because his wife, what about his wife's sister? Because, everyone starts thinking, oh, the wife's sister you're with?
Yeah.
Nah, this might be with your brother's wife, buddy. So nobody's even saying that.
God.
So that's just like, when we get to the year, scumbag moves of the year already. He's moved up the ladder to a place where we've already known. So let's just get away from that factor. That just tells me I hope we never see this guy around for a long time. But here, let's talk about the elephant in the room. We are having critical mass in the union dealings between the players and the owners, which is what, 8 months away now? 9 months away?
Yeah, we're heading towards a work stoppage, aren't we?
Critical mass.
Lockout?
Okay, so the guy that has taken over, what's his name, Bob Myers? Bruce Meyer?
Bruce Meyer.
Let's put it this way. Tony Clark was never a negotiator. He was like the cheerleader. He pulled things together. He said, we got to go this way, guys. We got to go this way. And he's very good at handling with the players. which is a very significant part of being the operation.
Sure.
The guy at the front of the negotiations is
It's Bruce Meyer, yeah.
He's been since 2018. He's the guy in the room. Okay, I know what I've heard about him, but my good friend Mr. Milani from the law firm of Milani, Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe, let's give your opinion of Mr. Myers and his relationship with the owners.
Oh, I know the owners can't stand him.
That's pretty mild. I have not heard a show, including my favorite guy, Jeff Passan, when they said Myers and owners, did you see his eyes?
No.
All I had to do is see his eyes roll. I go, this is not good. It's worse than I thought. He's already tried to get them to give up games. He was the one that pushed, remember a couple years ago when the season started later?
Yep.
He was the total guy that got him into that position now. And he's sitting with a bunch of guys that are saying, we don't want a salary cap.
Yep. Work stoppage. It's going to be fun. Yay.
No. Let's take it one step further here. The advancements that baseball have made in the last 2 years with the success of the playoffs, speeding up the games, the new heroes that have attracted young audiences, and you're going to blow this up?
Yeah, baseball could be shooting itself in the foot like 94 again. Again. This will be what about, because I'm a bit older than you, this will be about the 5th or 6th time in my life I've watched baseball just bitch slap itself. And we're just talking about, let's say on a grassroots level this year, we were talking about it just in the GTA alone. You know, if you haven't signed your kid up for baseball by now, he's probably not going to get in. Right.
Like, look, what does that tell you? That means the effect of something of this has gotten all the way down to street level. That's where you generate commerce for your product, and you're about to throw this out the window?
Oh, man, we love baseball, but baseball doesn't always love itself.
Us. It doesn't love us, you know.
True.
Flirt to it. I'm just saying this is that, what is it? There's been at least 4 owners on record that have said, I don't even want to be in the same room with this guy. 4. Now, you know, this is all alleged, of course, which is our favorite word, but it's basically said from 3 or 4 insiders. They say there's at least 4 owners that have said, we do not even want to be in the room with this guy. Now, I'm saying this could be to a little bit of advantage to the players. What? Is that the 4 owners that want a salary cap? Because there's a contention.
I think it's more owners than that want a salary cap.
But I mean, are they the leads to do it? Because they say there's a significant amount of owners, including Rogers, they don't care about a salary cap.
Of course not.
Of course. So there is on the owner's side of the fence, there is a bit of a divide. They're just saying, are there enough owners to go hardcore to bust a season? That's what it's going to boil down. This is a big poker game.
Oh, agreed.
Very big poker hand, but that's where we're going to be at, because everybody in the owner's room's not on this. The LA Dodgers, maybe not in the same page as those 4 owners.
No, or the Mets, you know.
Okay, well then let's get the 4 that don't give a fuck about it. Dodgers, Mets,
Jays,
San Fran, Philly.
San Fran, really?
Yeah, they're their owners. They don't give a shit. They're just saying they don't have quite the Dodger money. But they go down swinging.
Okay.
They want to stay in the game. Philadelphia, they want to stay in the game.
Even though their window might be closed.
Well, yeah. Well, then they'll do the reboot. But if they do the reboot, they want to be able to spend as much money as they possibly can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's that side of the fence. Now let's talk about Tampa, Baltimore,
Pittsburgh, Kansas City,
Cleveland, Detroit, Chicago Cubs.
Even though Detroit's kind of going for it this year. Detroit
is the most interesting in baseball because let's see their record when we do our baseball preview. What their record is at, what's their record going to be at the trading deadline? That's everything about Detroit.
Yeah, they should be in line to win the Central, but
I think they should go away. But it's really, and if they're going to win the Central, they're going to go for it all. Which is, I'm going to give Detroit credit this way: they could win a World Series and never have school pitch for them again. Think about that. What if they go all the way and win the World Series this year?
We'll see. Long way to go.
Well, they can't do another arbitration because this is the last year they could do that arbitration bullshit. Yeah. So he's on the free market as of, December 1st, 2026. Tarek Skubal may be a free agent in MLB At the cost of what?
And he'll be signing with the Dodgers, I bet.
No, don't sound like that.
God.
In any event, what if there's a salary cap? Because he won't be signed until he will not be signed until they get to it. Because
Sure.
the bottom line about it is, and I do agree with this, I think the salary cap would work if the floor is high enough.
Oh, of course there's going to be a floor.
Will you comply with the floor?
They have to.
Then that means that some teams might get scared. And that might be another dissension in the owners. Because what if this in like Pittsburgh, Tampa, Baltimore, and Detroit said, we didn't want it that high. So there's a lot of minutia going on in this that's going to have to be decided before we ever get there. And we're in spring training,
If
bro!
it's going to be like the NHL, they're going to start everything like pretty low, I would think.
I think that then there's the battle in the owners. I think the owners better have their shit together before they come to the table.
Oh, no shit.
But I mean, it's going to be tough to do with just the elements that we are talking about right here, right now. You know what I mean? Which gets back to our original thing. Tony Clark, you're a piece of shit because for getting something like this at this point in time when you're only 9 months away, the only thing that they have is thank God this Bruce Meyer was here and all the same guys that are on the committees, including Chris Bassett. All of that has been steady for the last 2 years. Nothing has changed. So the only player that's not in it is Tony Clark. So there should be continuity, and we should see what's happening.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay? Now that we've done with all the scumbag stuff in the rules, there is a very significant...
Okay, Stanley, you need to pick any other spot, literally.
Yes, yeah, get him. Listen, Stanley, you're doing your thing. I'll shake the bag. Get him over. There is another significant element going on to the baseball season that we have to recognize.
What's that?
Is the automatic.
Oh, ABS. Automatic balls and strikes.
Yes, here we go. Now, I'm of the opinion, I want to be on record right now that, and I'm the guy that hates everything. Okay, I hate it all. When we talked about it, I'm hoping by the time June 1st comes around, we won't even be talking about this because it'll work so smoothly because it'll be a solution to a problem that should have been fixed a long time ago.
Yeah, we won't be.
What do you think?
Yeah, we won't be talking about it by then.
You agreed?
Yeah.
So there's
going to be some hiccups along the road.
Oh God,
April,
there
May.
always is. But I think, I think by May we will be. It's just like, you know what?
By All-Star Game for sure, we won't be talking about it.
100%. Yeah. Okay, because that's the same thing when we were talking about. Remember the clock on the pitch.
No one talks about it anymore.
No,
that's just a thing.
It's just a thing. Yeah, a good thing, which end up being a good thing for baseball. So this could be a good thing for baseball. So all the good things that baseball are doing, let's just kill it with a strike.
Say what you want about Rob Manfred, but his pace of play rules, I think, have been very successful.
He has done a lot to improve the product. I will agree. Brought a lot more fans back, and you got to give credit to the players too, because when you think about it, some of the performances on the field is what got our eyeballs on the game anyway. So it's good on both sides. You know.
Yep.
And the success of the Toronto Blue Jays has just made this team manic for the summer.
Yep. And I mean, the Jays, the only real question marks they have at this training camp coming in is really their starting rotation.
Which is going to be fun to do because...
And Max Scherzer is apparently in talks to come back on a 1-year deal.
Yesterday broke. Oh, I think he's going to be back on the 1-year deal.
Sounds like it.
You know what I mean? And you know what? Let's have him around anyway. Did it hurt last year having him around?
I don't know where they're going to put him.
Well, let's be Max. For May, he's going to have those weird, I need another month to get it together because we've already got the starters and if everything's going well. You know what I mean? It could play out the way it did last year, and that would be just fine. Okay? The question is going to be, would it be out of the way to put that Pounce guy into the bullpen, considering Lauer is the starter today?
Yeah, Lauer getting the first training camp, spring training start. But yeah, Cody Ponce does have some experience in relief, so it's going to be interesting.
I have this take on it. Do you think that they're letting Lauer have the first start of spring training just to say, sorry, we had to go through arbitration, we still like you?
No. They wouldn't be starting him there unless they thought he would be a starter. Or at least a chance of being a starter.
I say so too, but that's still a good way of saying we appreciate what you've done. We're not telling you you're going to be all over. They're basically saying, hey, here we are, because I think Barrios is starting the second game.
Good.
Which tells you what? We're already going to wipe out any negatives that we have about the Blue Jays. We're taking care of them immediately in spring training. I think that's good coaching, don't you?
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay, so let's
put the past behind you.
That's exactly. So I'm hoping that's what's going on. Because when you told me that Lauer was getting the opening day start, I mean the first start of the Grapefruit League, I was happy to hear that. That's good. I can't see nothing not good about it. You know what I mean? Considering what has gone on, his position with the team last year, where we hope to go in the future. Lauer, I love you. Might get a Lauer jersey.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But that also tells us one other question. We already discussed last week how these weird injuries have affected the lineup. I'm still trying to figure out, and Mike, you were telling me this week, and I don't know, a little bit whatever. I'm still trying to figure out why we got a player from Houston, traded him back to Houston for another guy from Houston. I'm kind of still trying to figure out why, because I was high on Leperfido.
I wasn't as high. I think we're just getting a guy with a little bit more experience, so we'll see.
That's what I keep hearing. Is he good defensively?
I think he's a little bit better defensively, too.
Well, we don't know.
Leperfido's defense was a little...
He was young. He was getting there. He got an arm.
He does.
He had the arm, so I'm just saying maybe a little bit more time out there. I'm just saying that.
I don't know
I hope it all plays out to the positive, but I'm not sure because I thought it was kind of weird. Didn't you?
A little bit, especially considering it was
same team, same player,
well, lefty
same time.
for lefty too,
and a lefty for lefty. Like I'm just going. Was this a nudge, wink, wink thing? I don't know.
No.
Don't you think it was bizarre?
I think it was a response to the Santander injury, where they feel they want someone with a little bit more experience that could fill in if necessary.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's all it is.
I hope so. Everything else in Blue Jay camp, all I hear is, it was amazing. Now I'm going to ask you this question. And I'm going to say this about O-Dog that he said too, and I go, where do we draw the line? Did you see, and this is got to be a Blue Jay operation, did you see when Schneider had his opening day thing in the dressing room with all the players and where we're at? It was an amazing speech. We're here now. Last year doesn't count. New season, blah, blah, blah. Whole new chapter, whole new story and stuff like that. Everything that goes on. And then they put it on their website.
Okay.
Sometimes don't you think that you should just keep the doors closed? Is our fan fascination and our desire to see everything? What time are they going to the bathroom?
We don't see everything though. Come on, that's just what they want to put out there.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Okay, and you know what my take on is because O-Dog being the professional that he is and understanding how many times they shut the doors as professional athletes, so I get the angle that he's coming from. I'm kind of with you. If we never see anything like that for the rest of the year, we're good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're good. And you say in the examples, well, when everybody does this and everybody does that, it's great for the fans and stuff. Well, remember one time during the thing when they had the Maple Leafs there, something went on and Matthews turned around to the camera and said, no, get out of here. Mm-hmm. We had that there. So I think there is enough of let's keep it sacred, but it's getting harder and harder every day.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've kind of reached the limit with this. Like, I mean, I don't think there's going to be any more access.
What more do you want?
Yeah.
I don't think we've had enough access. We don't need any more. I think it's cool. I do not need to know what kind of car Vladimir Guerrero drives. Cool if I find out, but you know what I mean? Some stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a little bit more for getting people into the game than maybe us hardcore fans, but...
That's what I say,
especially
too.
with the younger fans
and the marketing.
Yeah.
I think that gets there for marketing. But like I said, if we do it here, marketing here for this reason, good. And let's not let it go any farther because I think like I'm as a hardcore guy and you're as a hardcore guy, we respect the privacy of our players. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? I don't want to see a guy blowing a gasket after a game or in some situation with the camera on because the emotionality of winning and losing is very high and it's personal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The Jays also claimed infielder Ben Cowles off waiver from the Cubs.
Why?
Just throwing shit at the wall, see what sticks.
Okay. Didn't that one catch you off the wall? Don't we have 1,000 guys who play infield? We do and we don't.
That's the thing.
We do.
Well, because there's...
he's a defensive specialist, I heard, too. So
because what's his name? Leo Jimenez could make the team out of camp, too, so I think they could be playing them against each other. We'll see.
Yep.
We'll see.
Yep.
Lastly, just Bryce Harper, his battles with David Dombrowski. I know that's something you want to talk about.
How do we put this into perspective? Okay, let's give people some background. Dombrowski, who's only been in baseball as long as I've been on the face of the earth, I think we're close in age. He's a couple years younger, whatever the case may be. He came out and basically said, maybe Bryce Harper is not the elite player that he once was.
He's not wrong.
Okay.
I don't know if that's something I would have aired out if I was a GM, though.
This is what the issue is. Bryce came out and was none too happy with his new hairdo talking about, aren't we supposed to keep this stuff in the dressing room? Which leads us to the points that we were just making about how much access should we have.
Yeah.
This is a general manager just coming out and calling out one of his players. Now, we all know that. We all know Bryce has got history. Bryce.
It was unnecessary to call him out, though. Like, yeah, his skills are declining. Well, no shit.
He's 33.
Yeah, like, I thought that was a little needless by Dombrowski. I don't know what his angle was there, or if he had an angle. I just thought it was a little silly. I would not have done the same. If that was Atkins or Shapiro saying that about a Blue Jays player, I wouldn't like that.
Oh, do you think this is the first time that Dombrowski has done something like this?
Probably not.
No, he's got a record of going after big name players if they're not producing in the way that he has. Because what that leads to down the road...
But at the same time... Okay, sorry. Finish your point.
...is that if the guy gets a little upset, it's a little easier to trade him.
I guess, but at the same time...
Check
like
Dombrowski's history.
Yeah, you put paper to pen there, Dombrowski, so I don't know.
Yeah, but I wouldn't... I'm with you. I'm with you. That's in-house. We don't need to know. All we have to do is look at the metrics.
Yeah, like
and he played much better going down the stretch. He had the nagging injuries. Last 50 games he played, he looked like Bryce Harper.
Sure.
And then he had an okay playoff. But the last 50 games coming down, he did look good. The first 50 games, and then he was off because he only played, 101?
Yeah, he was injured a lot last year.
Yeah, so that's there.
But if that was Aikens making a comment about Springer like that, I'd be like, what the fuck you doing, buddy?
Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up. We don't need it. Yeah, I agree. Some things we don't need to know. It's not all access all the time.
But I guess that's Dombrowski being Dombrowski.
Yeah.
Anything else for baseball?
No, but we're really looking forward to it, and we should be getting our first pitch in about right now.
Coming soon to a Rogers Center near you.
Yes.
And we'll move this over to Formula One. The last set of Bahrain testing took place this week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Everyone's talking about that Ferrari rear wing. McLaren's bitching what else is new. Russell was the fastest on day one by 1/100th of a second over Oscar Piastri. Antonelli was fastest on day two by 0.058 over Piastri. And Leclerc fastest on day three by almost a second over Lando Norris. So Ferrari, McLaren, or Aston Martin, where do you want to start?
First of all, let's just get Aston Martin out of the way. How can you guys be so stupid? The average test time in Bahrain was 100 to 130 to 135 laps. If you did the aggregate, about 100 to 135 laps. How many did Aston Martin get in?
Well, I know, like,
6.
I saw by like the amount of miles.
Wait, you're the guy. You're the expert. I'm the amateur. Average 130. Aston Martin 6. Next.
Yeah, they're in trouble, especially considering like a Cadillac who's fresh on the scene is like almost doubling them up with like the amount of miles put on the track. Like that's bad news.
Cadillac was over 100, and they're amateurs in the game so far. I think it's really cool that they grabbed Sergio Perez to be their driver.
Oh, that
a veteran guy like that.
Picking up him and Bottas, that was
very
right
smart move on their part. But look at them coming in already. They're going to be better than Aston Martin this year, in my opinion.
Oh my God, hands down.
And you know what? They're looking and you know what I really like about their attitude is, the goal for the season would be 1 podium
for a Cadillac.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to get it.
Long shot.
Oh yeah. Well,
if they get like a P5, that's
they'll be orgasmic.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, no, I like when they're coming out and talk about it. I heard, I forget the guy's name, the lead guy. I heard Sergio Perez, and I heard one of the mechanics. They were talking about the new thing in their car and where they're at on this. And it's great to have those two drivers there because the experience factors alone. But they basically said...
It's going to be great for car development.
Exactly. And not only that, I like the fact that they said this, hey, we're here to win.
Yep.
So why can't we get a podium? And I thought... Well, I don't think you're going to get in the podium in the next 10 minutes. But the fact that they were all about saying, we want a podium. We would like to start our inaugural season off. Can we get it? We want to get to the podium. That was amazing.
Good for them.
Good. Yeah. Very good for them. I thought so.
The Ferrari rear wing. So it flips basically upside down. I thought that was very creative, very clever. We don't know if they're going to go with that yet because they only had that for, I think, one of the days of testing.
Okay, so... Yes.
So they're going to have to look at the data, see if it's even worth it. But I admire the creativity.
Okay, so I'm going to... here's what I said. That's Ferrari, right?
Yeah.
And didn't they have the fastest lap with who?
Leclerc. But again, we got to take that with a grain of salt.
Okay, so I heard the best thing about it was this. It was so cool what Leclerc said. He said, and I never realized this because I'm an amateur. He basically said, the thing about testing in Bahrain in the 3 days here, we'll see what's going on in Melbourne in 2 weeks because this is the biggest sandbagging session in the history of mankind.
100%.
And I went, oh my, it hit me like a hammer. I wanted to call you when I heard it because I said, he goes, nobody's showing shit. And when Lando's over there bitching is because he realizes we've got stuff out here that he don't, and he's trying to find out.
Sure.
And you ain't going to find out till you get to Melbourne.
If that.
Yeah,
because like you don't know what fuel loads they're running. You know, like tire compound, of course, plays a part in it. You don't know what modes they're doing with their engines. Like there's hundreds of factors.
This is the greatest cat and mouse game on the planet
since Tom and Jerry. Easily
at the highest level of competition, and that's why I did not watch the Daytona 500 last week. God bless you, Michael Jordan.
Oh, shout out Michael Jordan winning the Daytona 500 before LeBron, further cementing himself as the GOAT.
Okay.
That was the big joke online. I thought that was funny.
Yeah. Okay, so let's skip right over that because you know what I think of that. But that's my point being. You know what I'm saying? And
NASCAR. Speaking of, we were talking about baseball. It doesn't love itself. NASCAR's a different story. But anyways.
Look where it was developed. Yeah. What part of the world at what time? Enough said. Anyways, not only that.
NASCAR has so much potential, though, but either way.
Yes, I agree. But I thought Leclerc, like the way he said it in the interview, because I watched all the interviews and he was talking about it. And when he said the sandbagging thing, because there was so many things that were going on that I would question that after I see you guys, which I hope when you broadcast the review, and I'm going to ask you more questions, is the way I learn along the way, is when you learn, you read, and you watch, there's things I don't understand, but when they say something, it puts a light bulb on in my head. Because I had so many questions about the wing, and why isn't this guy getting out, and why did these guys, who was it? Was it Red Bull or one of them? They had a chance to do more laps, and they said, no, we're good. We're good.
Yeah, Red Bull was, I think they were like seventh in like amount of time put in there.
And they had,
surprising.
but they both, and that Hadger looked good, but they had more chance to go out, but they basically said, we're good.
Yeah, we got what we needed.
We got what we needed out of that. They had enough laps, which I'm saying, back to the cat and mouse, back to Leclerc saying the biggest sandbagging session in the history of mankind. See you in Melbourne, Australia. I think that's amazing.
Australia, yeah.
That automatically brings me to the table going, this could be good. Do you think there's only 4 teams in your opinion? There's like they're calling them. All I keep hearing is the Big Four. This is the year of the Big Four, and there's nobody else that's going to even get close to them. And I'm going, okay, could be a couple of bang-ups. There could be some shit going on.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that.
Is it a Big Four? It's a Big Four, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not so sure about Ferrari. It might be a Big 3 season, but we'll see.
That's your boys. So are you with?
That doesn't mean I got to sugarcoat it.
I'm not trying to, but I'm saying like, so you're with Leclerc saying my lap around the track don't mean shit?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I love the way he just said it so succinctly. This don't mean shit.
Oh, he's been around the block with Ferrari. He knows what's up.
Exactly.
I don't want to ruin a line from the podcast, but
okay.
I think I'm going to post it up next week, the Wednesday before Australia.
Yeah. That's okay, good. That's what I'm saying. Because we're only, it's 2 weeks from today, 2 weeks from tomorrow.
Yeah.
Already. That's great. Here we go.
Can't wait.
Neither can I.
Anything else for F1?
No, keep your eye on it, people. It's a lot of fun.
All right, we'll move this over to a little bit of an NFL offseason look around. So the Dolphins are releasing wide receiver Tyreek Hill with a knee injury. I don't think he's going to play this year. You think he is?
Well, he's had the operation and everything.
So how long is he going to be out for? 4 weeks?
They're saying that he should be able to. Yeah, they say he'll be out by week 4.
Or is it going to be a Brandon Ayuk thing where it's like, oh yeah, he'll be back week 5. Oh, week 6.
No. Maybe we don't know. He'll go back to Kansas City, and he'll come back in week 5, and then
he's not going back to Kansas.
He'll be playing with what's his name? Who's the other wide receiver? And they'll say, who's the only people that can help these guys besides the police?
Jesus.
you know what's going on with the guy with
Rice.
Yeah,
he's in a little bit of legal trouble too.
Yeah, they're coming out, so they're going, okay, we'll put these 2 guys together. Who can help them? Police.
Yeah, maybe that's another reason why they won't bring back Tyreek Hill.
Okay, but we've talked about this offhand, and anybody that wants to get in and give us their 2 cents about it, I say that Mr. Milani here believes he's going down the road of Odell Beckham, and I can't deny that may happen. But I'm also believing that a guy with his speed and his guile will definitely find another job somewhere because of the shortage of necessary wideouts on some big teams. They're going to throw at him. When he looked good in Buffalo?
5 years ago.
Well, we're gonna have to see. You know what I mean?
Buccaneers wide receiver Mike Evans is going to head to free agency.
Yes, that's going to be good. And can New England make it back on? Are we going to give my son 30 seconds to get on the air before I hang up on him?
Yeah, let him on.
Okay.
Say hello.
Okay, we got dual birthday parties to go to. What's going on? Go Canada.
All right, that's all you need. I'll call you back in about 20.
5 birthday parties. Sounds good.
Okay, get out of here. Okay, continue.
So Mike Evans going to free agency. Do you have any? He's the thing. Like maybe the Buffalo Bills should look at him.
How much tire is left on the? How much tread left on the tire?
I would still take him on.
Why is Tampa?
Over Tyreek Hill?
I don't know. Let me get to that. Let me cross that bridge when I get to it. Mike Evans, first ballot Hall of Fame, the whole 9 yards.
Easy.
Okay, so if Tampa Bay doesn't want him,
Who says they don't want him?
well, don't they want to pay him? Is he in that scale where they have to pay him now? You know those rules. If they paid you this once, so they got to pay again.
Probably.
So they're probably in that bracket. So they don't want to put that against the salary cap because they know what condition the man is in.
Well, I mean, Buffalo's a little desperate, so.
But then they'll have to release him, and then Buffalo will pay him. It'll become the Cooper Kupp situation. The
True.
Rams never wanted to let Cooper Kupp go, but
It was for the money?
it was for the money and the production that you're going to give us. And Cooper Kupp has never got close to those numbers again.
No, he never will.
But he's a solid number 2, solid number 3.
Oh, yeah.
So he's well worth having on your team. I'm saying that's what Mike Evans is going to probably have to propel himself into that position if he wants to.
Well, for a team like the Bills with, let me check, no good wide receivers, it's a step
Sign
up.
him up immediately.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, he was banged up all over the place last year. And he's never been, he got his 10 years in a row, but I think he's only played a complete season 3 times in his whole career.
Mm-hmm.
He's always got his 1,000 yards.
Yeah,
but he
except
got
for this
1,000
year.
Yeah, except for this year, yeah. But I mean, he's got 1,000 yards in 13 games, which is great, or 1,000 yards in 14 games, which is still great. That's why he's going there.
Yeah.
But he has had injury issues, and he is now, 34?
Yeah. I mean, I would take a flyer on him if I was the Bills.
I would definitely take it on him, knowing that you're going to especially be in third down situations. Mm-hmm. You might not even be a starter for us, but the Buffalo situation right now, he'd probably be the number 1. But
yeah, he would be.
That's another starter. But there's other teams around the league, Houston's looking for someone to go on the other side with Nico. Okay? Somebody wants there. You go around the league, and there's 5 or 6 teams that could go, hey, Green Bay, we need a veteran presence to go with the kids who keep getting banged up.
Yeah.
There's a variety of places he could go around the league. And if Tampa...
I don't think it's going to be Green Bay, but...
I don't think it's going to be Green Bay either. I think it'll be a Buffalo or somebody like that. My point being is that I always wonder why teams are going to want to let him go. It's usually because of salary cap situation. So, and it's too bad because he can't end his career there. That's what I always think. That's why Jerry Rice left San Francisco back in the day. Not that San Francisco wanted to keep him, but why Emmitt Smith left Dallas. Yeah. You don't want him to go. These guys want to make more money. We can't give you that money. We can, but we're not.
Well, yeah, we don't want to.
We don't want to, yeah.
The Max Crosby drama continues.
Hold on. We've talked about Miami. Bradley Chubb will get a job.
Okay.
Who else did they release? They released an old lineman. Is Miami flat out going to the thing because they got to still figure out what to do with Tua?
Yes. That's number 1.
What is the date for this? March 1st or something?
To cut players by?
I don't know what it is. The date's coming up very quickly, rapidly. Might even be February 24th or something like that. But they got to make this decision on Tua in the next 5 minutes. So I don't know what Miami's doing, but it looks like they're going back to the
I think they're going to hang on to him. I think the new regime there is going to want to see what they have with him before they make any decisions. That's what I would do.
Trade him for Kyler Murray.
I'd hang on to him.
I think Kyler would be better than Tua.
I'd hang on to him.
I don't want either one.
I'd hang on to him.
Okay.
Max Crosby drama. This is the never-ending. We thought the NBA was a soap opera. This is the closest, I guess, the NFL has gotten.
In a way, I'm kind of on Max Crosby's side here. I'm a football player.
Because they scratched him at the end of the season?
Yeah, I'm a football player. I want to play. Now you don't let me play. Are we a winning organization? Or
No.
am I just here? Okay, so now he's going, if you're not going to prove to me you're going to be a winning organization, I signed up because I had faith in you. I signed on the line already because you told me this. Now, a year into this contract, you're telling me this? I got issues. What would you say if you're Max? You already signed. You like everyone says, Max, you're not really signing in Oakland, are you? I mean, you're not signing with the Raiders, are you?
Oh, I'm worried about if I'm an NFC team. I'm worried about what team he's gonna be traded to.
Do you like the color I'm wearing? Do you like the color?
There's other teams in the NFC. They're gonna want him, Cruz. Imagine if the Bears or the Packers get him.
Bears are jumping the highest in the air to grab him by the heel, so he's going away with the balloon. The Bears are jumping the highest because the balloon is drifting towards Michigan. Michigan. Do you know how to say that? The balloon is going near Michigan. Oh, we do not want to discuss who Max Crosby grew up, what team he idolized. We will not discuss that.
Was he a Lions fan?
Michigan boy.
Okay.
They got Detroit, and him and Dan Campbell.
Just like how Steven Stamkos was going to come to the Leafs a couple years ago?
This is a whole different. That's a whole different thing. There are no taxes. The taxes are different. Okay, come on.
Michigan has state tax, though.
And so does California's the worst.
He's
Vegas
not
is
in
one
California.
of the worst. Okay, he's in Vegas, but
Nevada has state tax?
Oh, no, Nevada.
I thought they were,
they're right. I forgot.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about Sam Darnold. Do you know he got no money for winning Super Bowl?
Yeah, because we talked. Did we talk about this? Yeah.
No. You can explain it in a minute. But Max, I don't know where he's going to go, and I don't think it's a soap opera. I think that the Vegas stubbed their toe on the deal, and this went down before Brady was here. They say Brady's going to parachute in and save the day. What is Brady going to do when he's part of the ownership, and he was there when they let him sit?
Yeah, I know,
So how are
right?
you going to explain Brady? But Brady, you said, have you got any juice? Why did you say I should get in the field?
Maybe it's because he has less juice than we think.
Oh, that's a gimme.
Okay, then.
That's a gimme. But
that's why I never believe this nonsense about Brady's going to save the Raiders. No,
I don't believe
as long
that.
as Bullcut's still in charge, it's going to be the same dog and pony show.
But I do believe this. Brady's got his ear more than anybody as a lower level part of the team. I get that. So
Fine.
I don't know how Brady thinks about the Max Crosby thing, because Brady was always a guy that did shit that bounced his contract so it would be for team.
Yeah.
Like Mahomes is doing now. He was always out for the win. In this situation with Crosby, where's Crosby on the win thing? He said, I signed because I thought you guys are dedicated to winning. Why did you make me sit? That means you don't want to win. So we've got a conundrum here. And I don't know. And all I ever hear, what's Brady going to say to Max to make everything better?
I don't think this is a kiss and make up situation.
I don't think so either. I think that I like the principle. I like Max's principles, which Brady is always
He's a little bit.
by.
He's a bit of a diva, though.
I've never thought he was a diva.
Really?
No, I just thought he was like high end, high engine, high whatever. You know what I mean? One of those guys that's just, I'm motivated to do whatever it is that they do. So, in any event.
We'll have to see. We'll keep an eye on the Max Crosby situation.
I hope he ends up Detroit. He's had drinks with Dan Campbell, I've heard.
Okay.
And that made me happy.
The Patriots promote linebackers coach Zach Kerr to defensive coordinator.
In-house.
Love that.
Yep.
And the estate of Paul Allen will sell the Seattle Seahawks. Perfect time.
Yeah, they're at their highest there because they wanted to keep this under the table during the playoff run. It's the estate of Paul Allen, and nobody in the family really wants to take over, right? Is that
probably not.
And there's not enough people in the family that are in position from what I hear. It's going to be interesting to see who's going to buy the team. I'm going to say I wouldn't be surprised. There's some offshore people got their nose in. Yeah.
Europe or?
Maybe the other direction.
Okay.
Well,
we'll see.
Hey, listen, remember when Kahn got Jacksonville? He was an outsider, right?
True.
Okay, so you never know. Except that Jacksonville was never of the value that Seattle is right now.
No, I think Jacksonville's regularly the lowest valued NFL team. So
what's the bid? Heard I starting at $6 billion. Is that the truth?
It's gonna sell for more.
More than $6 billion?
Yeah,
I heard it's a lot. Yeah. Good luck with it, Seattle, and still congratulations. You're still a Super Bowl champ.
Exactly.
Yep.
Anything else for football?
No.
All right, then we'll take this into our trivia and closing. Thank you once again, Stephen, for providing us with trivia week in, week out. Let's see what we got here.
I am very surprised that my son said, "Go Canada." That's a very good omen. You know why? He watches hockey about as much as, he watches that much hockey.
Okay, you ready for this?
Yes.
Which NHL player has the record for most goals in an Olympic game? So one game.
Paul Kariya.
Really? I don't think so.
What NHL player?
Yeah.
It's European. Jaromir Jagr?
I don't think it's Yager.
I think it's Matt Sundin. I think it's someone from Sweden. Oh, I'm gonna say Teemu Selanne.
Teemu.
Let's say Teemu Selanne. He seems to be the name of the day. Maybe it's coming full circle. Your brother heard all the Teemu Selanne stuff and said, "Let's throw in some. Let's trick them with a Selanne question." Steven, I'm going with Selanne.
I don't know. I don't think it's. Shit. I don't know. This is tough.
I'm going to go with Selanne. We got to move it. I'm seeing the time. Zach, we're on our way.
This is wrong, but I'll say TJ Oshie. I don't know.
Excellent call. Excellent.
Okay. Pavel Bure.
Oh, I missed out. I should have thought. Who did I say, Selanne?
Yeah, it was against Finland. 5 goals versus Finland in the 1998 semifinal.
Okay, and what do you get? A hat trick, right?
5 goals.
5 goals.
5, yeah.
Fuck, Selanne Bure, I should have thought. I knew he was a European player once I got my wheels rolling. I just couldn't figure out which guy.
Anyways, I think that's going to do it for us this week. I don't think I need to ask you what you're looking forward to the most this week.
Come on.
Yeah. Gold medal game. Come on. 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Let's go, boys.
Yes, 100%.
Bring it home.
We're more Canadian than we'd ever want to be, and this will be one of those few times that we'll realize as a country we're not a bunch of tribes. We really are a country. And that's what I'm going by. Let's go, Canada. Anything else, bro?
We won't discuss the Alberta separatists. They're suddenly very patriotic at this point.
So it come back. So here we go.
Well, less separatists there, but right now. But either way, thank you once again for listening. We appreciate it.
Give us a like.
Check us out on social media. We post clips 5 times a week. It was 3, but I'm like, why not up it a little bit, you know?
Getting good response from it. Appreciate it immensely, people.
Absolutely. My name is Andrew Milani.
Hi, my name is Cruz.
And what do?
We keep the vibe alive.
Do you have a question that's just burning you up inside? Send it to thehousethathappens@gmail.com and we'll answer it on the air. We release new episodes weekly on Spotify, Podbean, YouTube, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Player FM, Podchaser, and Boomplay. You can follow us and see clips of our show on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Thank you, and we'll see you next week.